Hey, what's up, everybody? There we go. I think we actually have everything functional today. Boy, do I have some news. Man, some exciting news. He's colorblind. The grandfather's colorblind, and they're saying that that's probably why he didn't realize the window was open. On the cruise ship?
No, I got that.
Interesting.
How does that correlate?
I don't know.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I don't know. I hate that story. I hate everything about that story. I hate it. NerveXCon, thank you so much for the follow. Had a couple of new followers yesterday. Has some Medellin following us as well. Okay. Yep, y'all got your Kool-Aid? You ready for this? By the way, my computer setup is still jacked up. So it's going to get so much better because I actually have a monitor there and now a monitor up there, both ultra-wides, but they're broke. Well, the computer's broke. You got a virus. Somebody let a virus in here. I think I know who it is. The whole thing new. I think I know. But I can't tell you publicly because it involves people I'm not allowed to talk about publicly. So, but I think I know how it happened. I'm not sure. I'm not positive, but I think I know. God, so much stuff out there today. Holy smokes. Maybe I should start with the Buttigieg stuff. And then we'll get to the cult stuff early. Don't worry about that. That's going to happen early. You know what else I haven't talked about? I haven't talked about that friggin' South Dakota anti-meth program. Have you seen that? They spent $500,000 to start this whole government anti-meth program, and it says meth. We're on it. 500 grand, dude. You know, there's a website out there called Fiverr. Although you can't get jack on Fiverr for $5 anymore, but you can get it for a couple of hundred. Oh God. All right, what's up, everybody? So much. I do have good news though. That boy that was thrown from the balcony at the Mall of America, he is walking perfectly, so he is doing okay. That is awesome to hear. Oh, yeah, I got the Elkhart stuff. So much. All right, here we go. Stuff and things, ladies and gentlemen. Plus big announcements.
Industrial and commercial electrical done right. This is Casey Hendrickson on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number 574-25-95-95.3. That is 2595953. You can also send a text message to 45364. Please put MNC at the beginning of that message. Okay, not filling in for anybody in Fort Wayne today, which means I get to the big South Bend and Elkhart stories that I wanted to talk about over the past couple of days, but obviously Radiothon, filling in Fort Wayne, doesn't make a lot of sense to do a hyper-local story when you're doing Fort Wayne. So we'll get to that stuff today. I do have an interesting announcement today that I just discovered. We'll get to that here soon. I want to thank our sponsor, Second Amendment Arms and Range, located in New Carlisle. If you mention me, you get 50% off your range time. You get 10% off in the store. They have amazing house ammo. It's really, really good stuff. They have difficult to find ammo. They have reloading supplies, okay? And they know their stuff. We were in there one day. Somebody came in looking for a specific reloading supply thing, and Paul was like, yeah, you don't want that. You want this. Here, let me show you. And he was able to walk him through why that was. I don't do reloading, so I don't know a lot about it, but he knew exactly what to tell this guy, and this guy left very, very happy. Go to secondamendmentarms.net for more information. Don't forget, with the holiday season, they have gift accounts over there, so whoever gets the gift of Boomstickery does not have to worry about losing a gift card or a gift certificate ever again over at Second Amendment Arms and Range. You got to mention me to get those discounts, though. Okay, I was going to talk about Pete Buttigieg first, but I think I'm going to talk about me first, because I think this is more interesting. Not because I'm talking about me, but just some stuff, okay? Now, ever since I have moved here, I would say 3 years in, maybe, I started getting the Casey, you should run for mayor of South Bend bit, right? Now, I've never been qualified to run for mayor of South Bend. I don't live in South Bend. Now, what we understand, though, with local politics is that, if you don't live in the place you're running for office for, that doesn't really seem to matter all that much, because a lot of Democrats don't live here and they run for office here. It's a routine sort of a thing. So I've never qualified for running for mayor of South Bend, just my residency and all of that stuff. But I've constantly been getting this over the years, okay? Constantly getting, you should run for mayor of South Bend. All right. To which I always said, no, I don't want to be mayor of South Bend. Nor do I think I would win, because it's South Bend, and let's be honest, I am who I am. I always joked, okay? That if we're Elkhart, maybe it's a different story. Joe, ask me how many times I've been asked to run for mayor of Elkhart since I moved there 3 months ago.
Casey, how many times have you been asked to run for mayor?
Five times. Once before the election. 5. Okay? So, I have given it some serious thought, and I will not be running for mayor of Elkhart. Not going to happen. So I'm not interested. Doesn't pay enough. All right. Now, it pays a lot more than I make, but it still doesn't pay enough, to be perfectly honest. However, this got me thinking, though. And by the way, I just want to say, I'm very appreciative of all of you who've reached out to me and said, you should run for the mayor of Elkhart. Do I think I'd do a great job? Absolutely. Do I think I could win in Elkhart? Yeah, I think I'd have a chance at winning in Elkhart. But no, it's not for me. It's not for my family. But thank you very much for having that faith in me. But if I were to run for mayor of Elkhart and I were to win, there is this transitional phase, right? This happens with every administration. Joe, you familiar with the transitional phase? Where the new people who are the elect, they meet with the people who are in office now and they talk about transitioning power, okay? Now, Joe, I get it. You're young. You probably never thought about running for mayor of anything. But if you had won as the mayor of Elkhart, and let's just say you were to sit down in this transitional meeting with members of the council and the current mayor's administration, what are like the 3 questions I suppose you would probably have that would be critical to you becoming mayor of the city? You have any idea what you would ask? Because there's some information you need, right? Any idea?
No.
As a 19-year-old, no idea what you would ask. Nothing. All right. Okay. Just again, keep in mind, I'm an outsider here, but I would assume, if I didn't know the information already, I would assume that one of the first things that I would do is, what's the unfinished business that I have to pick up first thing when I get into office, right? Okay, because there's always lingering business that didn't get done before the last administration leaves office. So you want to make sure you have that and you don't ignore something or drop the ball, right? You got to make sure that you pick the ball up right where it was. It's kind of like the baton in track. You know, you've got to pass off that baton and you got to keep going, right? So I assume that would be one of my first questions. I then assume that the next question that I would have, by the way, all I'm doing is just adding to people wanting me to run for mayor right now by mentioning this stuff, especially when you hear what I have to say afterwards, because I'm going somewhere with this, okay? Just so you know. Then I suppose the second question that I would have is, all of the businesses that have been talking about investing and negotiating investing in Elkhart and wanting to move operations in Elkhart, you know, who are they so I can call them and address any potential concerns they have based on the outcome of the election? Because there's always that. We had Brian Dickerson, the president of the city council in Elkhart, in here right before the election. He said there's a company looking to move here and invest $270 million. Are they concerned that the new mayor embraces Antifa? Okay. Are they concerned about that at all? So that would be something that, you know, if I were coming in as mayor, would I have to go ahead and call some of these businesses that were coming into town and address any concerns? Okay. I suppose that the next thing I would have is, you know, hey, what are some of the ideas that you guys wanted to get done that you didn't get done? And we'll take a look at it, right? I would assume that would kind of be my first three questions, or at least something along those lines. What do you think Rod Robertson's first three questions were? You're not going to get this anywhere else in local media, by the way. This is exclusive, just so you know. Now, I know that I'm not going to get picked up on any of the other media outlets for saying this because they don't cover stuff that I break. They just, you know, they pretend it's theirs. But what do you think his first three questions were? Do you think first of all, Joe, as somebody who grew up in Elkhart, do you think my questions are reasonable for somebody coming in to being mayor of the city?
Yes.
Okay, reasonable, right?
That makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense. We got business to take care of. We got to make sure that the city goes forward and there's no damage, right, as a result of taking over. Because there will be businesses who want to go based on a certain ideology of government, and if that changes, and I'm the change of that, then they might be concerned, okay? So, Rod Robertson, question number one. Are you ready? What kind of car do I get? Question number two. When do I get it? Question number three. How much do I get paid every 2 weeks? Casey, do you have any proof that this happened? No. Casey, you're lying to us? No. Casey, how do you get this information? Can't tell you. Can't tell you. Okay. What I can tell you is that my sources are good, but I cannot independently verify the authenticity of the statements, but I trust my sources. And if that's good enough for literally everybody else in media everywhere in the United States of America, then by golly, it's good enough for me. Okay? I've got good sources who say that those were the first three questions that Rod Robertson himself asked as he was talking to the transitional teams coming in being mayor of Elkhart. That sounds like things are going to go swimmingly in the city, don't they? He's got one of the top people on his staff is pro-Antifa. I don't know. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do not know Rod. I don't know him. I have tried to get to know him. Joe, have you been here witnessing me try to get to know Rod? I have tried. By the way, remember that whole message they sent me about we'll reach out to you after the election? That hasn't happened yet. I just want to make that crystal clear. They keep telling me that they're going to show up eventually and talk to me, and it never happens, okay? So I want everybody to understand something. I believe that my source is accurate. I trust my source, but I don't know 100% with any certainty that this is 100% true. Okay? Just want everybody to understand that, but I trust my source. And like I said, if that's good enough for everybody else in the media, then it's certainly good enough for me. And it should be good enough for it to get published in every newspaper and be everywhere in local media, because that's how it works in the media now, right? We have an unsubstantiated anonymous source that tells us something and we have to run with it immediately, and it's fact, right? That's what it is. Now, if you're sitting here going, Casey, you making a point about believing anonymous sources and you're making this up, I am not making this up. I am telling you the truth. This is what I heard. The first 3 questions out of Rod Robertson's mouth were at the transitional meetings, okay? What kind of car do I get? When do I get it? How much do I get paid every 2 weeks? By the way, look for Rod to increase the pay of mayor. Look for that to be one of the things that happens early on in his administration. So, quote me on that, by the way. Local media people, since I know you listen and I know you watch, local media people, quote me on it. Now, since you don't quote me on anything else, you just take my stories. Beyond that, I don't think that's a great start. Right, Joe? That doesn't sound like that would be a great start, does it? I didn't even know the mayor got a car. I had no idea the mayor got a car. I had no clue, okay? I had no clue. In bigger cities, the mayor generally gets a driver in a car because it's a bigger city, and they're doing work while they're in traffic and that sort of thing. But in Elkhart, I didn't think they got a car. Apparently, they get a car.
He asked if he got a car. Well, he asked what type of car he got.
No, he knew he got a car. He asked what kind of car he was going to get. I thought, who was the mayor before the last guy? Darth, oh gosh. What is his name? He drove the Prius. I gave him the nickname.
Yeah.
What is his name? They've got a really horrible bridge named after him, which was a joke, by the way, and he didn't get it. Hold on, I'm looking at my live chat here. Who's the old mayor of Elkhart, guys? Gals? Who is it? Who is it?
Guys is gender neutral in that term.
Now, come on. Well, social justice warriors would say otherwise, Joe.
Well,
Darth Moore. I did it on my own. Forget you, live stream. I did it on my own. Dick Moore. Okay? So Darth Moore, who I made that really funny meme of him wearing Darth Vader's helmet in the Prius.
One of the first things you told me about when
that was hysterical, though. Darth Moore drove the Prius. I thought that was just his car. I didn't think that he got that from the city, and I don't know that he did. But apparently they get their own cars. I had no clue. I also happen to know what car he's probably going to pick. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's black and it's big. Okay? Just want you to know that. There's 4 wheels. It's black. It's big. Suburban-esque like vehicle. Okay? Kind of audacious. I'm just letting you know. It's like a $90,000 car. Got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Bypass backup.
Was that?
Can't take you anywhere. I'm going to close the screen real quick.
Can't take me anywhere. I don't have a screen anymore.
Oh, you're right. Who cares, man?
Just saying. Just thank you, Speed. I appreciate that.
You saved it in audio for show, correct?
What?
The stuff we...
Yes, those 3 clips are in audio for show.
I can open...
Not a Cadillac. Not a Cadillac. Thank you. I got all the more dicks on there. I appreciate that. Thank you, Anthony.
You want the Trump call? Yeah, it's gonna open the audition.
Cadillac Escalade, huh? What do you think?
Hummer?
Hummer's
a big
You think?
car.
Hummer would make sense, or at least ingratiating AM General. I'm not telling you what it is. I just described it to you, so when it happens, you're not surprised. Just letting you know.
I can play it.
Protein bar, by the way.
I'll do it that way. So that way I can still record everything.
What a day, what a day, what a day.
What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day.
Lincoln Town Car. Interesting guess, Daisy. Interesting.
Warren Public and Bombshell Mortgage. Is that what that is?
Bombshell. Montage. Jeebus, is it that small?
I'm like running on like 4 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah, that's right. You drove to Chicago.
Chicago and back. Kill me. Yeah, we left later than I thought we did. We left at about 2 o'clock. We got there at about 4:30 our time. We forgot there was a time change. So she got there about an hour earlier than she needed to be. It worked better out that way because of traffic. The traffic was really bad by the time we got out of the airport.
Winter is the worst for your vehicle. While you're warm and toasty.
Now, before anybody criticizes me, if Rod's people had actually reached out to me, I could then ask the question. There's a rumor that these are the first 3 questions that you asked. Is that true? But they haven't reached out to me, so what can I do? What can I do, folks? I'm not going to keep chasing them. Ooh, Mercedes-Dale. A 99 Suzuki Grand Vitara. That would be the practical choice.
Visit one of their locations or go to parkwoodautospot.com to purchase yours today.
You think maybe it's a Tesla?
That's big enough.
Oh, I don't know. Tesla has a brand new big vehicle.
It's like 100,000, more than 90.
It's true. I did let that slip, didn't I? I did let that slip.
Still be a big black RV.
An RV?
It's gonna be a big RV.
Okay. I would not be upset if the mayor of Elkhart took a big old RV. Okay, that's at least promoting Elkhart. Okay, I would not be upset about that. He put his big old face on the side of it, and had whole Elkhart City with a heart on it. Proud RV manufacturing capital of the world. I would be okay with that. Ooh, a Jeep truck. Those aren't 90,000.
Aren't those more?
Jeep trucks? No, 50. 50 for the highest end that I was able to build.
The Gladiators, really?
I built a Jeep Gladiator on their website. Almost everything had the upgraded option, so it was about 50 grand.
My Deals
Just saying.
has a new deal that's so hot, it's smoking. Visit MyDealsMichiana.com to get 2
When the information comes out, I just want you all to remember that I told you this here today.
Featuring everything from barbecue to Sunday brunch. You're sure to love Jim's Cherrywood smoked meats, homemade sides, black Angus ribeye steaks, cast iron skillet burgers, and daily soups and specials.
Happy Thanksgiving.
MyDealsMichiana.com. We have the latest on how the rain and wind will affect your holiday getaway. I'm Brooklyn Baby.
I genuinely did not know that the mayor's got a car. Genuinely did not know.
No.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number 574-25-95-95.3. That is 2595-953. You can also send a text message to 45364. Please put MNC at the beginning of that message. So thank you to everybody who mentioned that it was Dick Moore. I figured it out on my own, but thank you for everybody who helped. I appreciate that. For some reason, I just drew a blank on his name. He's so forgettable. Anyway, Casey, I can't find this show on YouTube, but I want to comment. Totally should run for mayor. No, but it's youtube.com/Casey the host. Okay? If you go to CASEYTHEHOST, if you go there, you'll be able to get it. Or if, you know what, YouTube's just hiding it from you, maybe they are, you can go to twitch.tv/Casey the host. Let's see. I can't say some of that stuff. Casey just got to my car. Have you talked about Ilhan Omar? Why would I talk about Ilhan Omar? No, I'm not going to talk about Casey for president 2020. Yeah, right. Imagine me running for president. I suppose crazier people have run for president. We'll get to a couple of them today. Don't worry. So anyway, why am I telling you this? Well, one, it's exclusive information that nobody has. And it is. Again, I trust my sources. Obviously, I know a lot of people in Elkhart. I trust my sources on this, okay? I don't have any verifiable proof that it's true. But as somebody in the media, isn't it refreshing to have somebody tell you that they don't have any independently verifiable proof that this actually happened, but they trust their source? Isn't that nice? Because usually you don't get that, right? But anyway, I want to go to the South Bend Tribune. They have an article up there. New Elkhart Mayor-elect Robertson ready to take office. It's Marshall King wrote the article. Marshall's a good dude. I like Marshall. We get along great. Was that?
I would hope he'd be ready to take office after running and getting elected.
Well, sure. He knows what kind of car he's going to get now.
Yeah, I mean,
and he knows how much he's getting paid every 2 weeks. Rod Robertson still hasn't gotten through all the congratulation messages. Maybe that's why they haven't gotten back to me. That could be it. And if I have him on the show, if they ever do come on the show, I will ask him if the rumor about those 3 questions is true. I promise. The flow texts and emails regarding his mayoral victory in the city with a heart hasn't stopped in the nearly 3 weeks since Election Day. He's hearing from people who are excited for him and the city. I was very humbled by the outpouring of support, he said. So many people have such high aspirations for what the city can be. Yeah, I do too. Because again, this is what was interesting about this last election is that a lot of the people who are running against incumbents really liked what the incumbents had done to steer the city. That's what I thought was so interesting about this whole thing. Everybody seemed genuinely to have an approval of the direction of Elkhart. So why run against the people who are making that happen? But, hey, it's Elkhart, so congratulations. You got somebody with Antifa types on his staff as your mayor. That doesn't mean that he's an Antifa type. I'm just pointing it out. I think it's questionable relationships. But then you also have somebody who the local paper said should never be in public office again because they made $6,500 of taxpayer dollars disappear and had to pay it back. It's like, hey, good on you, I guess. Former Democratic City Councilman, defeated Mayor Dave Miller, now has the task of transitioning into that role. Current Mayor Tim Neese did not run for a second term, nor do I blame him based on everything he had to deal with. Robertson's goal is to start governing on January 1st, 2020, when he takes the oath of office. That's his goal. His goal is to start governing the day that he takes office, as opposed to not doing his job. He's also getting invitations to attend a range of events. He doesn't want to disappoint, yet the process of transitioning government is his first priority, he said. My number one objective is to make sure that we have an effective and efficient transition of government so we can start January 1st without missing a beat. He's forming a transition team and said that the announcement will come soon on who is on the team. So, congratulations. You got some privileged information that nobody else has. I'm just throwing it. So glad I moved there. But no, I'm not running for mayor. Stop it. Not going to run for mayor. I jokingly brought it up to my wife, and she looked at me and she goes, "You're not going to do it, are you?" I said, "No." And she goes, "Well, it is Elkhart. You could win." So, yeah, that's true. It is entirely true. I could win. But I stand by my original assessments. One, I don't want to give up this job yet, although I am getting to a mental state where I could potentially walk away from it. I am not ready yet. But I would have to give that up. Could not do both, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, that's if Casey becomes a politician, the show must disappear. And so I'm not ready for that. The other thing is I don't believe in running against somebody when you have nothing to run against. And Rod Robertson hasn't done anything for me to run against. For all I know, he could be a great mayor. And in 4 years' time, I could be like, yeah, you know what? He pleasantly surprised me, and I don't have any issues. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Probably not, but I'm hopeful. So we'll see. But no, I'm not running for mayor. But thank you for everybody asking. I'm not interested in the job. Plus, look at the way I dress. Crying out loud. I do have 4 years to remake my image.
You could revolutionize the dress code.
I could be the Belichick of politics. I could just run around with the hoodie all day, every day. And
There's no like law that says you have to wear a suit. I assume.
I mean, that is true. And if Belichick can wear his hoodies all the time, then I can wear mine. And he gets to wear the sweet hoodies that you get from Walmart, the ones without the sleeves. Those are awesome. My wife has forbid me from buying them. But I'm like, sweetheart, like, I really want one of these. These look amazing. She's like, no, I'm drawing a line in the sand. So I will not be getting those unless, of course, I'm running for mayor, and that's my shtick. But I thought I was going to get away from it with the whole South Bend thing. I go to Elkhart, and they're like, yeah, you should run for mayor. No, don't want to. We got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel.
This is Michiana's breaking news.
Ooh, a lot of new follows yesterday. Nice. It doesn't tell me what platform they're on in my universal system though, so I don't know. What's up, Gerald? How you doing? Casey, notice that I never said I wasn't running for governor. Also a race I could win. I'll be right back. It was an accurate assessment, though. I never said it.
Several booming sounds and went outside to find his next door neighbor's house up in flames. The neighbor tells ABC 57 News his ring doorbell picked up some kind of movement before the incident and it alerted him on his phone. Unfortunately, even with the video, there is no suspect description or information available. This is the 8th fire with a similar description in the same neighborhood over the past 2 months. The case remains under investigation. President's advisors enjoy absolute immunity, being forced to answer questions from Congress under oath and not their workers. John Decker at the White House. President Trump today continuing the tradition of marking a turkey on the White House grounds today when they shoot a fire. Very hands-around and his alternate brain. Turkeys will retire after June 10th at a turkey research center, which has been done after his rest. Americans listening to Fox News.
Weather served up by the Prime Table. Happy Thanksgiving from the Prime Table at Niles. The Prime Table is closed Thanksgiving Day, but want to wish everyone a happy and safe American holiday.
They not only fixed the coffee machine, it now makes coffee 3 times as hot as it used to. Like McDonald's hot. Hey, that's funny, Robert. Hillary can't walk, so I know she's not running. What's up, Daniel? It has been a day. You know what? It's just been busy in general the past 2 weeks anyway. So.
Who's your act today's closing farm market update? I'm Andy Eubank. On technical weakness, soybeans sold off again today. Pulled the corn and wheat markets lower. Wheat gave back only a little from Monday's strong move. Corn lost a few cents, going down 3 on December.
Ilhan Omar is a Qatar spy. Okay, let's go down that rabbit hole, shall we?
8 1/4 lower January and March beans to 8.84 1/4. March beans 98 3/4. That settled at 9.13 1/4 off 7 3/4. December wheat 5.30 1/4 off 3/4. March 5.31 down 2 cents. In livestock, some green. February live cattle 125.67 up 52. February lean hogs 67.82 up 7 cents. I'm Andy Eubank. Who's your ag today? Timely, relevant, incredible. Business or more. Brought to you by Modern Kitchen, creating the dream living spaces so you can redesign, remodel, and relax. Modern Kitchen on McKinley, east of Ash Road in Elk Gardens.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report. Stocks are slightly higher in the final hour of trading, fueled by hopes that the U.S. and China are making progress toward ending their trade war, with the Nasdaq on track for its 10th record close in November. Always dipping slightly in October compared with September, but still remaining well above levels of a year ago. The Commerce Department says sales of single-family homes slipped 0.7%, with new home sales increasing in the West and Midwest, but falling in the Northeast and South. And speaking of homes, home prices growing in September, marking 2 straight months of price increases. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Home Price Index rising 2.1% in September from a year ago. Price growth was the greatest in Sunbelt cities like Phoenix, where prices grew 6% from September of 2018. Prices declining in San Francisco. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lori Varsky, invested in you.
So one guy in a deposition somewhere said that she was a Qatari asset, but we don't have any actual proof that she is.
Learning app that you can try
Okay.
for free. Babbel's lessons are just 15 minutes or less, and you can go at your own pace. You'll be amazed at how easy Babbel makes it. Start your first lesson in the language of your choice for free. Download the Babbel app or text LISTEN to 64,000. Text LISTEN to 64,000.
My name is Dave Titus with International RV and Credit Union. One of the things that we see people that are really concerned with is whether they can actually afford an RV or not. They see these big things going down the road, and oh my gosh, I could never have one of those. Then we have units that start.
Well, and that's a fair point, Alex. The burden of proof for liberals is that she is in fact a Qatari spy. So
Taking that stroll on the beach, or having that private.
it's fine by me, Daniel.
Service warranty.
As long as you don't act like one, we're good.
Cabinetry work, plumbing, air conditioning, all the way up to full collisions, new roofs, new slide outs. There's absolutely nothing associated with an RV that we can't fix. In my service department, there's easily 200 years of experience in there right now.
All right, I'll cover Ilhan Omar. Why not? Got nothing else to do.
Or at internationalrvwholesalers.net.
Message and gateway may apply. T&C and privacy terms can be found at babbel.com/terms. Please don't test and drive.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but you thought it'd be too hard or take too much time? Then try Babbel for free by texting STUDY to 64,000. In just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way.
Oh, Karen's got some interesting stuff on Discord.
Try Babbel for free.
Why is that damn thumbnail on all of these videos, though?
I don't know, Casey.
Where is it coming from? Dude, I went into Mob Rush. I went into Restream. I can't find where that even comes from or why it is on there. I have no clue why it's that Lego head thing on YouTube for the thumbnail. I have no idea where it's even coming from. I have looked for default thumbnails and how to remove them, and it's nowhere. It is nowhere on the YouTube account at all. No clue. It's a conspiracy. I had to manually go into videos and edit them out for it to change it. And then those videos just got deleted by YouTube anyway. Like yesterday's video, for example. I did find out today from Digital that they think that my YouTube channel is getting dinged because of Australian copyright law. So that's a new one. So, go figure. Go figure. All right, what do we have here? There's really no update on the case which involves her immigration fraud. But if you have the biggest newspaper in her state still saying, hey, look, there's smoke here. We need to look at this. And, yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of problems with that. So the fact that she's refusing to talk about it is interesting. Oh, hey, Good Sweets, thank you so much for the follow. Do appreciate that.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number 574-2595, 95.3. That is 2595-953. You can also send a text message to 45364. Please put MNC at the beginning of that message. All right. I do want to thank our sponsor, Second Amendment Arms and Range, located in New Carlisle. If you mention me, you get 50% off your range time. You also get 10% off in the store. You can get listener-exclusive discounts on firearms. And don't forget the holidays. And I know that a lot of you are going to start your shopping this week. Boom Stickery is a great gift. So go to secondamendmentarms.net for more information. All right, so the Ilhan Omar stuff, this Qatar spy thing. Okay, so I didn't see this earlier, so let me just tell you what the accusation is. The Jerusalem Post, which, by the way, is a reputable paper, okay, so it's a reputable paper. It's not a rag. Ilhan Omar is a Qatari asset. Witness confirms Jerusalem Post report. The Democratic Congresswoman is said to have passed information to Qatar, which was subsequently handed along to Iran. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, Democrat of Minnesota, don't you know, was recruited by a foreign government, receiving funding from a foreign government, and passed sensitive information through intermediaries to Iran, a Florida court has been told. The claims came during testimony by Kuwait-born Canadian businessman Alan Bender, who was giving evidence in the trial of Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Thani. The Qatari emir's brother stands accused of ordering his American bodyguard to murder two people and of holding an American citizen hostage. His deposition, attained by Al Arabia English, was authenticated by the attorney for the plaintiffs, according to the publication. Okay, so in a Florida district court, some guy testified that Ilhan Omar, Representative Ilhan Omar, who may very well have committed immigration fraud to become a U.S. citizen. And here's the thing. There's a couple of things that we have to kind of get in with this, and we'll do that. But a guy who is giving deposition in that trial says that she's an agent of Qatar, or she's been recruited by Qatar. He offered no evidence that she was. All right? So now, if you are, as Alex on the live stream pointed out, if you are a liberal, this satisfies the burden of proof. The accusation is merely all you need. As we all know, there was no proof that Trump did anything wrong, and yet the accusation was enough to spur all sorts of demands for impeachment and investigation and everything else. So if you're a liberal, the burden of proof has been met that Ilhan Omar is, in fact, an agent for Qatar. If you're a reasonable person, the information has not been provided, and there is no way to verify if she is an agent. Now, I will say, if you have somebody saying this in court, I would hope that the federal government will at least look at it and explore it, since there is somebody in court, under a testimony saying, yeah, she's an agent of Qatar, and they might actually be a person with the possibility to know such things. And then they could look at it and either decide if it's real or not. I would say that I would hope that the government is going to do that. Now, there's a lot of people out there, journalists and the like, saying there's no evidence of this, I don't believe it, that sort of thing. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, the burden of proof is different for Democrats than Republicans. But I will say that a lot of those same people are pretending that none of the other allegations against her have any validity. And that damages their credibility, not anybody attacking Ilhan Omar, because we know that Ilhan Omar is engaged in some things that are less than on the up and up. She's definitely committed campaign fraud. We know that. She's also got this immigration fraud thing. She has a whole weird thing with her marriages, not just with the immigration angle, but the having an affair and denying the affair. It's just very strange, okay? So when I see a reporter or a journalist saying, well, I don't have any information that this is accurate, I can accept that. But when they go on, they go, it's the latest in a long line of conspiracies and allegations against her. Yeah, but if you have the largest newspaper in the state, which has always been pro-Ilhan, all of a sudden saying, yeah, there's smoke here, we probably need to get some answers from her, and she's not answering any questions about that. The documents seem to suggest that she may have committed immigration fraud. So there's a whole host of things that have to be explored there, and the fact that she is not putting any of those rumors to bed doesn't help her case. But I will say she has, in fact, in a district court in Florida, been accused of being a spy for Qatar. However, there's no actual evidence that she is. We have more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Casey Hendrickson.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Your breaking news and weather station.
A new rocket has been fired from Gaza into Israel. Yeah, oh, you had to download off of Twitch? I know, those Twitch files are huge. You know what you can do on Twitch, though, Alex, is you can... I don't know if you have permission to do that, though. So on Twitch, you can go ahead and make clips, and then you can publish the clip, and then you can download the clip, and then post the clip to YouTube, as opposed to downloading the entire Twitch thing. But I don't know if you have access to do that. So that maybe that doesn't help you.
As we get through the weekend, another system moves through. In the ABC 57 First 40 Neighborhood Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Helen Kennedy.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm still dealing with this computer issue, so hopefully it'll be fixed next week.
Oh, really?
You're damn right I do. And don't you forget about it. By the way, could you remind me? I've got to record a commercial for them after the show. They are increasing their buy with us because it has been so successful. You hear that, advertisers? Yes.
Behind the scenes of any office or industrial build are numerous
There you go.
Thank you.
I will have to remember that.
It's okay. I'm just trying to build in some my own memory, which I always forget this crap. So
I'll just remember everything for you.
oh my god, I wish I had a yes person to say
I'll
that.
just press all the buttons, take the calls, record your.
Have you seen the intern for B100, the one that was going to audition for American Idol? Have you seen her since then? I wonder if she is done. She didn't like doing for them what she was doing. She wanted to do what I wanted an intern to do.
The one who broke her hand or whatever?
I don't know.
Because I remember
I don't know
about
if
a B100 intern who was doing. Well, no, I don't know if she was in there, but she was doing setups for radio for remotes. She ended up breaking her hand real bad.
Oh man, I don't know who that was.
Tony had to go in with her to help set up stuff.
Oh man, that sucks. No, I didn't hear about that. No, I don't know. She had only been here for like a week, and she had mentioned. So I met her, said hi. We were both bringing back our remotes at the end of the day, and she had mentioned that she was auditioning for American Idol, but that she doesn't want to do the setup and tear down a remote. She really wanted to do more of the media production stuff, which is what I want for my intern. So, but Casey doesn't get interns. B100 gets like millions of them. They always have interns over there. Not that they don't need them, they do. But it would be nice if we had some. Was he an intern?
Yeah. Well, he started out as an intern, and then John hired him to work.
Oh.
He was intern. He was intern to this job.
I see.
And then John was like, hey, I need a board up, dude.
Well,
but he's football game. Let's do it. Yeah, sure.
What is it with our interns, man? So I was supposed to have an intern from the Crossing years ago. They had a horrible family tragedy and couldn't do it. And then they got me a replacement, but then winter came and they couldn't get here in bad weather. So, which I totally understood. And so they said, we'll revisit it in the spring, and it just never happened. So I never got one. But I would love somebody to do like media and social media and production and stuff like that. That would be great. In addition to having somebody make phone calls for me, you know.
You want more than a secretary.
I would rather them do production stuff, but I mean, if they want to set up interviews and things like that, yeah, because you're not here full time, so you know, having somebody who would be able to do that would be
correlation between the size of a gift for a woman and our excitement level. Oh, we get excited if you give.
God, this commercial makes me cringe.
Yeah.
They're such nice people.
I get.
I understand what they're trying to do. The tone is bad.
The delivery is The delivery and the tone.
I get where they're going with it. It's not a bad concept.
The idea is good.
Yeah, it's the execution is just a little off.
Diamond pendant or other great jewelry that comes in that little.
Attila's got a rotary dial phone.
The simple truth
I
is.
don't think like a lot they work as much anymore because you need like biotics with them. So
I had an intern once. That one guy? Nope, I've never had an intern.
Little boxes that excite her and delight her and say love so.
Never had an intern.
Hoffman Jewelers in beautiful downtown Elko.
Oh, Happy got an iPhone. Going from Android to iOS, not fun. No, it's not. And you're likely going to go back. I'm just letting you know. Have fun with that.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number 574-25-95-95.3. That is 2595-953. You realize we're almost an hour into this thing, and I feel like I haven't done anything that I prepared to talk about today? It's almost like, oh, you do now? It's almost like we are heading into a holiday, and I'm easily distracted. It's almost... just a little bit. Anyway, I got to tell you about all natural CBD lotion. This is an amazing product. So let me tell you about the latest compliment that I got about this. I had a coworker came in one day whose mom listens to this program, not Joe, although Joe's mom is also very happy with the product. This is not Joe, but they came in and they said, hey, look, my mom is dealing with an injury and there's some pain involved. And, she's trying to not use drugs and things like that. And the doctors and pain management are giving her some things and it's just not really working. And she mentioned this to me. Is there any way that you can tell me more about it? So I did. I told them about it. All the things that I tell you, all natural CBD lotion is up to 500 milligrams of full spectrum CBD. That's the high quality stuff. The isolate's low quality. Full spectrum is high quality. You get a large bottle. It's 4 ounces, okay? Whereas most of these bottles are like 1. And it is for the 500 milligram CBD. It's only $19.99 before my coupon code. So it's like a third to half the cost of the competition too. Now there's good quality competition out there. Don't get me wrong. It's just that they give you less and they charge you a lot more for it. And this is a lotion. And obviously, when you have the change of seasons, you get really dry skin. So having something that can soothe and moisturize your skin, in addition to helping your pain with CBD, this is a great product for that. And it comes in lavender and unscented. So, again, you got your choices there. So I mentioned it to him, and he said, all right, I'll take a bottle. He got a bottle that I happen to have left over from Noise. I didn't have much left over. You guys ate it all up. So thank you for that, by the way. They were very happy with the sales. And I let him take it home. And I spoke to him 2 or 3 days later, and there might have been a weekend in between there. And I said, so how does your mom like it? And he goes, oh, my God, she swears by this. And I guess she puts it behind her knee, and it really helps her knee pain and her joint pain and everything. She absolutely swears by it, he said. Now, there's a lot of reasons why I endorse things, but if I can endorse something that makes people feel better and, not be in pain, I am super stoked by that. And the fact that I get to give you a quality product like that is a veteran-owned company, that everything is made right here in the United States of America, all of the testing happens in the U.S., and we are able to give it to you for a price that cannot be beat by any of the competitors anywhere. I have not found a comparable product for cheaper. I haven't. That makes me happy. So here's the deal. Go to allnaturalcbd.org, not .com, .org, allnaturalcbd.org. Use coupon code KC10. Pick this up. It works. It's an amazing gift. Stocking stuffer, what have you. They've got those bath bombs. Those are a limited small run for the holiday season. When they're gone, they're gone. They're testing the market. So if they sell well, they'll make more. But right now, they only have a small batch for the bath bombs, and those are 70 milligrams of CBD, and you can even cut them in half if you only want the 35. They've got gummies and all of that stuff too. I can personally vouch for the lotion. Go to allnaturalcbd.org, coupon code KC10 to get 10% off. You can also use that code at any local eSigWorks location. All right, 574-25-95-95-3. That is 2595-953. I'm not going to dive into a whole big brouhaha about Pete Buttigieg. But did you see that he now wants to eliminate the FDA warnings on 2 abortion drugs? This is the guy that said you shouldn't tell your partner you have HIV. And now he wants to eliminate the warnings on 2 abortion drugs so that way they are able to be over the counter to increase access to abortion. And he said, we know that these drugs are safe. The problem is how many, hold on a second, I've got the number here somewhere. Maybe I'll have to do a Control F2. Hold on. I want to get the exact number right. So please bear with me. Hold on a second. It just got buried in the article here. 24 women have died since the drug was first approved, and he wants to remove the warning label.
No matter what side of the aisle you're on that issue, there's no logical explanation.
Nope. Just like there's no logical explanation for not telling somebody you're boffing that you have HIV, Joe.
Also true.
Why is it, again, I keep coming back to this point. If abortion is a women's health issue, it's not. But if it's a women's health issue and not an elective procedure, but if it's a women's health issue, why is it that the pro-abortion activists are constantly working against oversight, inspections, and making sure that things are sanitary, medical licensing for emergencies, reporting for emergencies, and for women who have been victimized? Why are they always opposed to the things that would actually ensure that women have access to better health care? And now, a man is trying to tell you ladies that a drug that is responsible for 24 deaths should not have a warning label on it. You don't let a man tell you that, ladies? That's some patriarchal nonsense right there is what that is. Got more coming up. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. Don't forget we're live streaming on youtube.com/Casey the host. And, of course, twitch.tv/Casey the host. That's the one that doesn't delete my videos. More coming up next.
WTRC FM.
And HD1 and HD3.
Niles, South Bend, Elkhart.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Your top stories right now.
So I assume that you saw the trailer for... I assume you saw the trailer for The Rise of Skywalker, right?
I hadn't actually watched the clipping.
Okay.
I had not watched it. I didn't, I was like, I've seen the trailer.
It pisses me off how conflicted I am about that series because I like her. I like her character. I like her as an actress. I like her. Everybody around her is crap.
Yeah.
God! Drives me bonkers. It's like Jar Jar is the star of the prequels. That would be the quality of the cast or whatever. Because she's not Jar Jar. That's not fair.
Yeah, I was like, that's where I got confused. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not fair. My point is the cast sucks.
Yeah, characters are very interesting.
The droids are like the best actors in the movie.
I like sort of Kylo's character arc that he had in the
I think that character
he sort of had.
I think that character could have been played well by someone, just not him.
I don't know. I think it helps that he was so poorly written.
I agree.
In the first one,
that's true.
He was.
So now I'm just jaded on him because the first
and then the second movie is like a decent sort of rounded character.
I think it was better in the second movie. I would agree with that. I would agree that the first movie damaged his reputation completely. Yeah. But even Mark Hamill, it's like, dude. So Mark Hamill, okay, here's the thing. If Mark Hamill is not doing voiceover work, all of his acting is trash. Like, I just watched it's a Netflix series. Well, I watched it on Netflix, but it was a series from the History Channel. I forget what it was called. But he shows up in season 2. I have not seen a more overacted part in my entire life. It was so bad.
I've never really liked his. But that's not why. That's not why I watch it though. Isn't that like?
No, and I don't watch it for him either. It's clear that he was the worst actor in the original films, but he was the star. So it's like, yeah, it is what it is.
There's not much you can do.
Yeah, but when he shows up, I think that he just brings movies down. I don't think it helps him in
He
any way.
did, in the small amount of time that he got in Jedi, he did a decent job. Not a very good job, and it wasn't a super bad job. I had seen worse and I've seen a lot better. But it was very middle of the road and like.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with middle of the road.
And he did what he was supposed to do for the character. There's not much you can do.
She is such a strong character.
Rey
is great. The girl who plays her is fantastic. I think the writing for her is very strong. But for the love of God, give her some supporting cast.
Finn was supposed to have a character arc.
Nobody wants him to.
Yeah, and it didn't make. And what he did get didn't make much sense and like. I get the casino and why the casino was supposed to be like, oh yes, the Empire's a bad thing. It's fight against the Empire, right? And that's why it's there. But it didn't make sense.
No, I was just kind of throwing it.
Yeah. It was definitely padded runtime. I didn't hate the whole.
Do you think part of it is that they sought out young actors who didn't have experience? Do you think that's part of it?
Sort of.
Because they wanted to create like they did with the first 3?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Because the guy who plays Poe isn't bad. But his character doesn't. I don't know. They're not well rounded like the other original 3 were. They made more sense.
Oh, who's Poe? I don't remember Poe.
I don't remember his
name. Yeah, and okay, so Poe, all right, he does a fine job. Don't get me wrong, but his character always seems like he's forced into the scene.
And
it's like he just shows up.
His whole arc in the second movie is, I hate the person in charge.
Nerding out, by the way,
because no one's talking to him and explaining what the plan is for whatever reason.
Right.
Which makes sort of sense, but when you're literally about to have a coup because you aren't informing one of your best people of the plan, you've done something wrong.
It just seems. So you know how when you introduce a new character, you have like an intro that happens.
Right.
You know, there's something that happens that says, "Oh, okay, this is obviously going to be a character now." He's just like injected into it.
Yeah, his opening scene is like
it's very confusing.
Got killed.
Right. Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah. There was no build up to him being a part of the. Yeah, I don't know.
He should have been like his opening scene felt like a character that should have been like.
Rogue One was so good. Rogue One was great. That was my favorite Star Wars movie. And it had a real ending. They all died.
They had to. They had
right.
There's nothing they could have done.
Exactly.
They would have had to change
100%. But they did it. That's just it. They did it. There's no spaceship that suddenly speeds them off, right? They did it. They committed to them dying.
They had to. Like they were.
You talk about a strong female lead too. She was amazing.
But yeah, they wrote themselves as a reporter. They went, "Hey, we're gonna write about the people who got the plans for the Death Star." Cool. They don't exist in New Hope. Oh, we're gonna have to kill them all. Yeah, we are. So they have to kill.
I got to the end of that movie and I was like,
they're gonna have to kill him.
They did it.
Yeah.
They actually killed him off. Mm-hmm. This is a one-off movie, the way it's supposed to be. Yes. I was stoked. Not that I wanted them to die, but it was beautiful how they died.
It was done very.
Yes. That's how you kill people.
With giant lasers from the sky.
Yes.
With just enough time to show her.
With sadness and a hug.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Can I just take a second? I've had a lot of new followers on social media. Not on, well, actually, my Facebook's been growing too. My Twitter hasn't been growing because I've been banned on Twitter, but I have an update on that here in just a second. Hold on. Your boy Elroy might be back. So we've got a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of people on Twitch and some people on Facebook who have been following me as of late. Can I just say thank you for that? Because I know that not all of you are going to agree with me all the time, and that's totally cool. Most of you who have been around for an extended period of time know that I love debate as long as people are respectful and they're not trolling and that sort of thing. I love that. Here's the thing. I'm 40 years old. I know I look like I'm 20, but I'm 40 years old, okay? And I don't have the patience to deal with an oxygen thief anymore. I just don't. If you're unwilling to be a sponge and you're unwilling to learn and debate and argue your point and you're just going to, screech like a toddler, I've got a toddler at home. I don't need that on social media. So those types of people tend to get shunned away. And I have a 2-comment policy. Most of you know about that. So if I comment more than twice on your post, congratulations, you're a special project. But other than that, it's, that's just kind of how I am. And I love grenades on social media. I like posting things that I know you're all going to fight about and then never check the post ever again. Because it's purely for your sake that I do that. I do want to thank our sponsor, Second Amendment Arms and Range, located in New Carlisle. Of course, if you mention me, you get half off your range time. If you are going to give the gift of boomstickery, which, let's be honest, if you love your significant other, that is what you're going to do. You can go to secondamendmentarms.net. They have gift accounts. That means you don't have to worry about gift certificates. You don't have to worry about gift cards getting lost anymore. Now, that happened to me once. I lost a ThinkGeek gift card for a year. A year. Now, I was stoked when I found it, but I was bummed for 12 months. So my mom gave it to me, I think, for Christmas in one year, and I found it in December the next year and bought other people's presents with it. So that's what ended up happening. That's what ended up happening. But I'm a giving person, folks. I don't demand much, just high-dollar items. So this is a great opportunity for you, okay? You can go to secondamendmentarms.net. You mention me, you get half off your range time, 10% off in the store. Plus, they have these great gift accounts. You never lose those gift certificates again. Don't be like me. All right. What do we have here? Okay, Joe, you get to pick. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Do we talk about Notre Dame students? Do we talk about Indiana and Amazon? Scary new report about that. Do we talk about... No, I'm not going to do Buttigieg yet. I'm going to save the cult stuff for 5 o'clock. That's going to be good. Do I play the audio of Elizabeth Warren lying about her children? That could be a good one, too. Have that audio in there. You have that up over on your screen. Let's see. What's the other thing? No. Don't want to talk about Chick-fil-A or fake newspapers. You pick.
Amazon, Indiana.
Amazon in Indiana. Boy, is this an interesting one. Hey, local media who watches and listens to me, you're going to want to report on this now. Just letting you know. For those of you who don't know, they take a lot of their ideas from me. So when I don't talk about it early on, I think that some of them get a little miffed with me because then it doesn't make it into their next broadcast. So I am doing my best to help them out, okay? So anyway, Indiana may have manipulated a report on Amazon workers' deaths in order to, are you ready? In order to lure the company to Indiana. Which worked, by the way, because we got a lot of Amazon jobs. And then, before I dive into this, we also have to remember that Indiana lied to Amazon about online sales tax. Let's not forget that. They only came here because they didn't want to deal with the online sales tax. And then what happened? A couple of months after they were here, the legislature's like, yeah, we lied to you. So there, there's a little bit of that going on too. All right, so here we go. Tragedy struck on September 24, 2017. 59-year-old Philip Lee Terry, an Indianapolis Amazon worker, was crushed to death by a forklift while on the job, which is a serious risk anytime you're in a warehouse and there's a forklift around. What's that?
What I understand, stuff like that happens commonly.
Very
at
common.
Amazon.
Yeah, forklift accidents are extremely common. And obviously, I feel for this guy's family. It's terrible. State investigation into Terry's death, faulted Amazon. But a recent investigation by Reveal from the Center for Investigative Reporting, never heard of them, claims the state of Indiana absolved the company of responsibility in an effort to lure Amazon's second headquarters to Indiana, which didn't happen, by the way. They did lure Amazon here with a bunch of warehouses, but they didn't get the headquarters. They were really vying for Indianapolis. And do you remember when Gary, Indiana foolishly submitted that they were, remember that? Hey, we're Gary, Indiana. We're close to Chicago. Come be in our backyard. And then I'm sure that Amazon executives laughed and laughed and laughed. You know that meme of all of the politicians? And then I said this, and then the next picture is them, ah, ha, ha, ha. That was Amazon when Gary, Indiana submitted their request to be the headquarters of the second headquarters for Amazon. So anyway, the investigation was published by the Indy Star, suggests that Indiana's Republican Governor Eric Holcomb's attempts to lure Amazon to the state prompted state investigators to remove the fines originally levied against the company. Wait a minute. Something's not right here, Joe. Hold on a second. Time out. I'm not supposed to say things that are critical of Republicans. I'm just a puppet, right?
Apparently we're all.
Do we have like 4 or 5 people come in and say that they heard that about me the past week or two?
Yeah.
You just repeat what Rush Limbaugh says.
Yes.
Which, of course, I never do because I don't listen to Rush Limbaugh. But anyway, this is weird that I would say yet another unflattering thing about Eric Holcomb, whom I've said many unflattering things about. But I've been fair in my criticism of him because I've also given him praise where he deserves it, and he does deserve a lot. Okay, so I just wanted to pause and time out for that because so many of you are preoccupied with your own tribalism and confirmation bias to notice that I routinely do this. I've got the bleep-eating grin right into the camera just for visual dramatic effect. In response to the investigation, Holcomb's office released a statement categorically denying the allegations. Let me be as clear as I possibly can. I have never been involved in a Department of Labor case, Holcomb said through a statement issued by his press secretary, Rachel Hoffmeyer. I hope he's telling the truth, because if somebody finds out he's not, woo Nelly, that is going to be ugly. The allegation from the investigation insists that the investigator, John Stallone, who began investigating Terry's death the day after it occurred, received pushback from his superiors, so he secretly recorded his boss allegedly counseling Amazon on how to reduce its punishment from the state of Indiana. Stallone, an investigator for the Indiana Occupational Safety and Health Administration, that is IOSHA, recorded his boss, IOSHA Director Julie Alexander, allegedly a woman, as she spoke to Amazon officials. Alexander, I'm only saying that because women could never do anything wrong. Alexander, according to the Reveal investigation, allegedly told Amazon officials, quote, what she'd need from them in order to shift the blame from the company to employee misconduct. Alexander also, on that call, allegedly explained to Amazon how to negotiate a reduced fine and suggested the company partner with IOSHA as a leader in safety. Okay. Now, you should understand that Amazon has had many allegations about safety issues at their warehouses all across the country for a number of years now. Stallone also claimed to Reveal that Holcomb personally attended a meeting between Stallone and Indiana Labor Commissioner Rick Rubel. Rubel allegedly told Stallone that Holcomb had told him that getting the Amazon headquarters in Indiana would be big for the state. Well, yeah, it would. I mean, it would be big for any state that got it, obviously. Rubel also allegedly said at this meeting that Stallone needed to back off his investigation of Amazon or resign. Okay. So the allegation here is that Indiana was really trying to get the number 2 headquarters from Amazon into Indiana. Obviously, Indianapolis was the big city that they were looking at for that, which would make sense. Indianapolis would actually be a great headquarters for Amazon. But they didn't go that route. And Indianapolis, I think, proved a lot of things to people when they hosted the Super Bowl. There's a ton of people who came away from Indianapolis who said, wow, why do we not talk about Indianapolis more? Because they are way better than Chicago and New York and L.A. in a whole host of reasons. And I'm not just talking about taxes and politics. So they're saying that because the governor really wanted to get Amazon's second headquarters here, that they asked the investigator for OSHA to back off of really looking at this as being an Amazon fault death and to just back off. And they would offer, you can have some fines. You join the IOSHA program and become a safety partner. And, we'll kind of make this, go away, or at least not be as bad on Amazon and your reputation as it could potentially be if we went forward with the investigation. Okay. Furthermore, I have never had a meeting with Commissioner Rubel and an IOSHA employee, Holcomb said through a press secretary. Again, people are going to be pouring over his schedule. He better be telling the truth. My office told Reveal that this information was false, and yet they still published the fabricated allegations, Holcomb continued. Now, to defend Reveal, just because somebody says the allegations are false doesn't mean you don't publish them. You publish them, and then you put the comment on there that, hey, just so you know, the governor, viscerally denies this allegation, and that this is a developing story, and we'll continue to update you on it. So the reporting is both irresponsible and deliberately misleading. We are exploring any possible recourse to remove these heinous lies. So he sounds miffed. If I were to use a word to describe Governor Holcomb right now, it would be miffed. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know that I ever thought I would see him upset. He's just not that type of guy. Stallone told Reveal that he quit shortly after this alleged meeting with Commissioner Rubel and reported the situation to a federal OSHA official. Stallone told this official that someone higher than Director Alexander hoped to make the whole issue disappear in the hopes that it would keep Indianapolis in the running for their new HQ location. So Indiana officials quietly did sign an agreement with Amazon to delete all of the safety citations and fines, according to Reveal's investigation. The agreement said that Amazon had met the required unpreventable employee misconduct defense, and the official record now essentially blames Terry for his own death. Which, for the record, I don't know what happened in his death, okay? I don't know if it was partially his fault or his fault. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the report is. Now, I will say this. If they have the recordings, I certainly would like to hear them. Because if they're saying that I have these recordings and I recorded all of this, then that would certainly be evidence that would be necessary. So keep your eye on this. This is not a story that's going to go away. All right. This has some legs on it. We'll see what ends up happening, regardless of which direction it goes, whether we find out that the allegation is true or we find out that the allegation is false and Governor Holcomb has been vindicated. I would expect there to be an update on this in the near future. We got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Casey Hendrickson.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Your breaking news and weather station.
Weather served up by the timetable in miles. 26 tremendous service and great people. Visit Prime Table today for breakfast.
What's up, Tracy? How you doing? See? Got more followers. Has my my little graphics and stuff been working when I get these new followers? We had a Snowden update not that long ago, actually. Snowden? Yeah. So he had... I think he was interviewed. Oh, yeah, he was interviewed by Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan interviewed Snowden. That's what it was. Tim says Mark Hamill has two modes, Luke Skywalker and 90s Joker.
lot more voice, I can tell.
He played a Templar knight, like an old, like rugged Templar knight, and he just overacted his gruff voice. It was one of those things. So, you know, Christian Bale changed his voice for Batman. That was Mark Hamill for this character, but it didn't make any sense. It just, I don't know. And he walked like this.
I just feel like it's kind of hard for him to get out of that acting style of that role.
Well, he said that. He said being Skywalker killed his career.
I believe it. But
Now, I will say this. I did like him in Wing Commander. He was good in Wing Commander. You all probably didn't play that. But I did.
I didn't.
But I did, and he was good at it.
I didn't know the game.
They were the best. I wish they would bring them back.
I did play Star Wars Starfighter on the PS2. That is a difficult game.
Yeah?
It is fun, but it's very difficult. The tutorial mission.
Forget Siskel and Ebert. We got Casey and Joe. I used to do movie reviews with a movie review guy. He would come in, he would say something about a movie, and I would disagree with him almost all the time.
So critic versus audience.
Basically. Yeah. And then he would ask me if I saw the movie, and I'd be like, no. I just don't think you're right.
Just the camera direction and the lighting. I thought it was great. I could see everything that was going on.
Look, the trailer was ass, okay? I don't care what you said about the movie. The trailer was awful. There's no way it's that good. Oh, jeez. Well, I am way behind on the chats. So I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. By the way, I'm enjoying your Apple versus Android fight. That's all great. What's up, Comet? The Chicago KGB is listening. Oh, God.
Come to Gary. Gary has good plans for power and plans for power.
I'm sorry that I have to like hunch down like this to read your comments, but like I said, it's backup laptop from the station because this isn't working. So if you're new to the stream, this is not typically how this works. Okay, so
He's lying to you. Don't listen to him.
it's a little weird, but
A lie. He wants you to believe it. Everything he says is a lie.
okay. So Speed Demon, did you see the whole thing on? Since we're going to talk about cults later on how the Jedi are a cult. They're a religious fanatic cult, and they're terrorists and everything. You see? But it's accurate, dude. They described everything to a T as being accurate. Everything.
It's pretty. Yes, I will. Yes, that is an accurate description.
If the Empire weren't so evil, let's be honest, everybody would root for them. Because the Empire brought order, they brought peace, they brought advancement, economic success.
To be fair, they also technically staged the Civil War that they then stopped and corrected.
Staged my foot. They simply lit the match that was already there. They didn't stage anything. The Jedi staged it.
Jedi staged it.
It was an insurrection campaign, and the Jedi are evil.
Drinking some of that Order 66 Kool-Aid.
You're damn right! All right. What next do we have?
So, wait a minute.
By the way, that Antifa video you posted, Alex, is making the rounds.
So hold on. So Order 66 happened. The Jedi are killed. There's still a war to be fought. Right?
My canon is not very strong.
Right? But like, no.
I know some of it, but I'm not.
But right? Order 66 happens.
Okay.
There's still a war to be fought.
Technically. Right?
So, considering there's a 20-year time skip, I assume that means what was the Galactic Senate ended up winning the Civil War.
right. There was no point. We're having a big Star Wars discussion. We have been nerding out, actually quite a bit, this week in the commercial and news breaks here on the live stream. Yeah. If you would like to watch the live stream, because we do talk about The Mandalorian every Monday. Yeah, it's. I don't think that since you saw episode 1 of The Mandalorian, I think we've discussed it every Monday since.
Yes, we have.
So we're heading into the 4th episode here this next week. But if you're interested in that sort of stuff, I'm also dealing with on the live stream an Apple versus Android debate. I'm not dealing with, the listeners are, but it's fun to watch them comment.
He's
on
observing.
That. Yes, I am observing. And I didn't even plant that grenade because, I mean, everybody knows that Android is better. But I didn't even plant that grenade, but that came up nonetheless, so you can go ahead and check that out. And again, the live streams are youtube.com/KC the Host or twitch.tv/KC the Host. If you want the audio version, go to 953mnc.com or download our free app in whichever store you have for your phone. What else do we have here? Let's see. All right, I'll do fake newspapers at 4:30. I'll do that because I think that's kind of key. So I'll give you an update on the jail guards for Epstein because Epstein did not kill himself. So the guards who were there the night that Jeffrey Epstein reportedly, but not likely, killed himself, they said that they are being scapegoated for the broken system that was in place at the Manhattan Correctional Center. Yes, they're being scapegoated, which sounds a little like suicided, but so scapegoated. Keep in mind, they fell asleep. And the camera, did you see the Baby Yoda meme on Epstein? Have you seen that one? Okay, so if you don't know what Baby Yoda is, you need to get Disney+. So anyway, Baby Yoda looking up, there's that scene where he's looking up and he's like cute, and he's looking up, and it's like Jeffrey Epstein when he realizes that the cameras in his cell went off. Yes, it's a great meme. So, Tova, but see, this is the thing. All right, one guard falls asleep, maybe. Two guards falling asleep, Then the cameras go off. There's a whole lot of tinfoil floating around, but where there's smoke, there's fire. You know the old, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it must be a goose. That's what's happening here. Tova Noel, 31, and Michael Thomas, never trust someone with two first names, is 41. He appeared briefly before Judge Annalisa Torres in New York on Monday. Based on our view of the case, I believe there are outside circumstances that are impacting this prosecution. Noel's attorney, Jason Foy, said in court. Could those outside circumstances be that Epstein didn't kill himself? I'm throwing it out there as a possibility. Let's see. I have not watched, some people are asking me about, I did not watch Steven Crowder's attempt to kill himself the way that Epstein did, nor do I have faith in Steven Crowder's ability to duplicate it. Okay? So Steven Crowder's funny. Steven Crowder's entertaining. He's even smart. But I do not buy for a second that Steven Crowder knows enough about taking life to be able to simulate trying to kill himself. Thomas's lawyer, Montel Figgins, concurred with Foy's claims and told Torres, the judge, that systemic problems exist at the Bureau of Prisons. Remember, they were saying that they were working, was it like multiple 14-hour shifts or something like that? Really long shifts, and that they were just exhausted and tired, and everybody was. And so everybody at the facility... What?
Everyone went, we should take a nap.
Well, it's a secure facility. I mean, why not take a nap? There's no way that anybody could do anything there.
Yeah.
I mean,
like we just took a guy off suicide.
It's like the most secure facility in the U.S. I mean, just, sure, you should be able to take a nap.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that everybody is overworked, and the only two guards who went to sleep were the ones outside of Epstein's cell. Get what I'm getting at? Throwing it out there.
It's just a perfect storm of circumstances.
Yeah. It is. It really is. One of the issues here is going to be conditions, supervisions, and the policies updated in advance by the Bureau of Prisons, Figgins said. And when asked by the New York Post about whether his client is a scapegoat, Figgins said, absolutely. Okay. Now, remember, they're accused of failing to check on Epstein because he wasn't checked on for quite some time. They're supposed to look at him every 30 minutes or so, which for the record would not have been enough to save him anyway. You just want to make that crystal clear, okay? So if you check on the guy, he already knows you check on him every half hour. You check on him. The moment you check on him, he breaks his neck, okay? Which, again, I have to illustrate this, is in fact possible for him to do, okay? I know there's a bunch of people out there going, paper sheets, you can't do that. Yes, you can, okay? I assure you, you can with paper sheets. Yes, you can, if you know what you're doing. Don't ask me how I know what I'm doing, but if you know what you're doing, you can absolutely break your neck and hang yourself with paper sheets. This is, saying that they didn't check on him, that doesn't necessarily mean that they would have been able to save his life anyway. If he had it timed, and I would assume that he had it timed, every half hour they check on me. Okay, when they check on me, that's when I'm going to do it, and that way they won't be able to save me. So there's all of this too, where Epstein says that somebody tried to kill him before he died. His cellmate says somebody tried to kill him. So there's a whole host of weirdness that's involved in this case that has to be explored, which is why I have gone full tinfoil on this, and Epstein did not kill himself. We've got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station. MNC.
All right, I'm going to go grab some more coffee, and I shall return. Nice hair. You're on TV, man. Well, never mind. Judge Judy fixed that because her hair is worse than his. Is it weird that she's balding on only one side of her head? Or is that a normal thing?
I don't know, Casey.
Is for the coldest air to stay around the Arctic and tilted back towards Siberia. Now, we can only see changes in the polar vortex about 2 weeks to a month out. It looks like the erratic nature will likely continue between cold and milder conditions for another season. He says we can expect 50 to 60 inches of snowfall with temperatures mainly above normal, but he is calling for 4 days below zero. He also says that there's been a trend developing regarding flooding near the end of winter. You can read more about Coombs' winter outlook on our website, 953mnc.com. And NASA's new space capsule has landed in Ohio. It's ready for its next trip.
The Orion capsule, designed to carry astronauts to the moon, is being transported by truck across northern Ohio today. Its destination is NASA's research station in Sandusky. That's where it will undergo 4 months of testing to determine how it will hold up under extreme conditions. The capsule is part of NASA's plan to put astronauts back on the moon by 2024. A huge cargo plane dubbed Super Guppy brought the capsule to Mansfield from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Sunday.
95.3 MNC's Brooklyn Beatty reporting. Fox News, I'm Rich Dennison. The House impeachment investigation of President Trump moves to the Judiciary Committee next week.
In a letter to President Trump, Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler invites the president to participate by notifying the committee of who will represent him in the proceedings. Last week, the House Intelligence Committee wrapped up several hearings Democrats say demonstrate President Trump conditioned U.S. military aid on Ukraine, announcing politically motivated investigation.
Fox's Jared Halbert on Capitol Hill. President Trump's holding a campaign rally tonight in Sunrise, Florida. It's one of several events the president has planned as he spends the holiday weekend at his private Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach. Renewed investor optimism over China trade talks pushing stock indexes to new highs. The Dow up 55, the S&P gaining 7 points with the NASDAQ closing 15 higher. America is listening to Fox News.
Weather served up by the Prime Table. Happy Thanksgiving from the Prime Table in Niles. The Prime Table is closed Thanksgiving Day, but want to wish everyone a happy and safe American holiday.
Now, your home comfort experts, heating specialists, first warning forecast.
Rainy and breezy tonight. Temperatures stay above 50. They'll fall from 50 Wednesday morning into the upper 30s by Wednesday.
So what do you think? My daughter wants to come to work with me tomorrow. Okay. She's going to be bored out of her ass.
Yes.
But I could probably give her my phone and let her watch YouTube with headphones on, which I think she would be okay with. If I got here late, I wouldn't come in early. I'm trying to decide. My initial response was no.
Yeah.
But she really wants to come. She's asked me many times if she has a day off tomorrow. So she's begging to come.
I would not mind if it's tough.
Okay.
That is Your choice still, but I would not.
I'm
care.
thinking about it. I'll ask John, see what he thinks, but I'm thinking about it.
She won't behave most of the time.
Hell if I know, dude. She's 7.
Okay.
I mean, it's a roll of the dice. It's a roll of the dice.
Well, you're a kid. You know her stuff.
All right. Good question. I don't know what happened with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Although the rumor is that Trump went to Walter Reed because he had food poisoning. Apparently, multiple sources have confirmed that.
Where did food poisoning?
I wish I were a hologram. God, that would be great.
Be cool.
I could go on tour with Tupac, Elvis. Could be in movies with James Dean if I were a hologram.
Forgot about that.
And the universal backlash for it.
I forgot about that. Was that last week? Got it.
Casey, actually, after Order 66, Palpatine used a backdoor to remotely deactivate the battle droids.
Oh. Okay.
Cool. Thanks. That is some information. What did I say I was going to talk about next? Oh, fake newspapers. This is a good one. This is super good.
How good is it, Casey?
It is this good, and then I died. Now I'm going to hell. See? Just like that. I'm going to hell. Just remember, when you only see one set of footsteps, because I carried you. Don't tell your dad I said that. It's like that moment you say something, you're like, God better have a sense of humor, because I am hosed if he doesn't.
You say he does.
We're in his image. We're pretty darn funny. Most of us. The faces that you make during sex prove that God has a sense of humor, because y'all look stupid. Not me, though, but it's been a while. Yeah. Well, maybe it is. Maybe I'm like the clergy.
Oh, are you now?
I'm cleansed and pure.
Is that so?
I don't know what the hell got into me. I am so damn tired. I am so tired. I have no idea. I had to take Bree to school for the first time this morning, so I had to wake up extra early after being up super late. But Bree got an award today, so we had to go back to school at 10, and there was a big assembly, and she got an award. She got called up in the front and got an award in front of everybody. It was awesome. God, what was the specific reason? No, I mean, I know like why she got it. I'm just trying to think of the actual like the name of the award that they gave her. It's basically for like leadership and stuff. So, did I ever read you the compliment that her teacher sent us? So we went in. We had our parent-teacher conference. We went in and we were, expecting other things. But the parent-teacher conference, she's like, yeah, she's one of my high flyers. She's actually above the national average in reading and math by like 20 points. Yeah, which we were surprised about. I'll read it. The thing that the teacher sent to us here a couple of weeks ago. Pretty amazing.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number 574-25-95-95-3. That is 2595-953. Where is that coming from?
I don't know, and it's really annoying.
I have a serious question now, okay? Because this is 2 days in a row that this has happened, like right at this time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, when I talk, I hear static.
It's not happening right now, which is
When
nice.
I talk, I hear static. So it so it went away again. Yeah. But yesterday it was like from this point on to the rest of the show.
Yeah, it was all show.
Here's the question that I have for all of you. Can you hear that? Or is it just in our heads? Because he hears it, I hear it, so I'm genuinely afraid that it's going out over the air. I don't know that it is, and right now it's not doing it, so it just did it for a second there. But if you've heard static the past couple of days, let us know, please, so we can at least look at it. Otherwise, if it's just on our end, we won't worry about it too much. But all right, 574-25-95-95-3. I want to thank our sponsor, Second Amendment Arms and Range, located in New Carlisle. If you like ammo, and who doesn't like ammo? And go over there and get it because you get 10% off by mentioning me anyway. Plus, if you get the house ammo, that is their reloaded ammo, really good quality ammo. We use it regularly in the Hendrickson household, and we have switched to that as our primary ammo. We've got a couple of special ones floating around for good times, but that's our primary ammo, okay? And it is affordable, it is high quality, and you still get a discount on it by going to Second Amendment Arms and Range and mentioning me. Go to secondamendmentarms.net for more information. Some of you out there are real curious about what kind of ammo we got now. All right, how do you think the Democratic Party is planning, and again, sorry, I'm just going to whack the microphone because my setup is a little strange due to the temporary computer situation. How do you think that the Democrats are going to battle Trump in swing states? What do you think the strategy is? They're a year out, so they've got to develop a strategy in the swing states. And right now, I'll be honest, based on the polling, which is early, admittedly, and probably shouldn't be taken too seriously, but the polling is showing some real concern for Democrats in these swing states. Any idea, Joe? Your vast years of experience in political campaigns and strategy?
The past year, you mean? No, I have zero clue.
They plan on battling Trump in swing states. I am not making this up. With fake newspapers.
What?
I am not making this up, okay? Every campaign cycle, there's one really big Democrat strategy that gets exposed, okay? It's like one. A couple of years ago, we had the anti-gun strategy, which said to avoid talking about statistics and facts and simply focus on emotion because they knew they couldn't win that debate. The left's plan to counter Trump in swing states, fake newspapers. Now, that's the headline, but it's an accurate headline. Fake newspapers. It seems counterintuitive to what the left has been saying about the whole fake news moniker for the past couple of years, right? But I guess they figured, let's roll with it. So, after being accused accurately of being fake news so many times, they plan on doubling down on being fake news. Are you ready for this? After Hillary Clinton's loss in the 2016 election, progressive strategist Tara McGowan came up with a solution to winning future elections in battleground states: fake newspapers. McGowan left her job at Priorities USA, the largest Democratic super PAC, and created Courier. Courier is a collection of progressive news sites which have been created to appear to be local news sources in various states when in fact they are Democratic media operations. Wow. That's impressive. I was considering starting one of these for Mishawaka, by the way. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it yet. I suppose it depends on future plans. McGowan is spearheading what may be the most audacious project this election cycle. She raised $25 million from a host of wealthy liberals to establish a for-profit media company, Courier Newsroom. I know Sheldon Adelson. I've literally sat in the room with the guy because I'm from Las Vegas multiple times. He has never given me millions of dollars to do anything. I never asked him, but Maybe I should. It has already started rolling out digital newspapers with local reporters and editors in 6 key swing states: Arizona, Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Wisconsin. Don't you know? To fill the news deserts, deliver the facts favorable to Democrats that she thinks voters are missing, and counter right-wing spin. And you're going to think they're local papers, but they're not. While the articles she publishes are based on facts, nothing alerts readers that Courier publications aren't actually traditional hometown newspapers, but political instruments designed to get them to vote for Democrats. And although the articles are made to resemble ordinary news, their purpose isn't primarily to build a readership for the website. It's for the pieces to travel individually through social media, amplifying their influence with persuadable voters. Several months ago, without fanfare, McGowan launched the first of her newspapers, the Virginia Dogwood, your source for Virginia news. The next, Arizona's Copper Courier, followed in early October, and the rest are scheduled to make their debut sometime around the year's end. Fake newspapers that are designed to get you to vote Democrat. We used to call those blogs, but now they're newspapers. Fake news. Got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
I wish I weren't buying a house. That Dodge truck is looking really nice. I've been eyeballing a Dodge truck. It's kind of a beater, but a really good condition beater. Obviously, I want a truck anyway, but my car is falling apart. I'm tired of dealing with it. To be perfectly honest with you. Z-Bart! Ooh, I got special things to say about them. They got their big old Black Friday sale going. I am only allowed to talk about the prices on Wednesday after 5. Ugh. It is hot in here. I'm cold. You're cold. Really? Yeah. God, this setup is driving me nuts. Tony, fix this.
Tony, fix computer.
Yes, Casey, I am hearing static. I was hearing it more when Tim spoke.
It's been over a year!
But now I hear it when you both speak. The static comes in and out. Thank you, Jamie.
Over a year.
Of course God has a sense of humor. Look at the way that he messes with climate change believers. Casey, no static on the radio. Casey, you sound fine in Grovertown. Just you. I don't hear anything. I do not hear static. Casey, no static. Interesting. One person says there's static. Is the static a dog whistle, Joe? Tim.
I'm sorry. What's my name? I don't respond to Joe.
Interesting.
I don't. People just don't pay attention.
2003 Dodge Dakota. But it's the Dodge Dakota SLT, so it's a 4.7 V8. And it's got like 100,000 miles on it, but it's under 5,000. And it's really clean. So, but okay, here's the thing though. God, I hate salespeople. I sent a message specifically, how is the rust on the chassis of the truck? Now, I assume there's some.
That would make
It's a 2003 truck in the Midwest, right? So, but how's the rust? Okay, do you know what I got back from a very attractive young lady who wants to sell me a car? Thank you for your interest in this truck. It is amazing how big of a response we've had on it since we listed it. Would you like to schedule a test drive?
Sounds automated.
Yeah, it's a friggin' form letter. If you're not going to read the damn inquiries from your customers, see, now here's the thing. If I actually went in to buy the truck, I would say, who's the sales rep on this? And if they said her name, I would say anybody but her. Just because she didn't read that message and sent me a friggin' form letter. Casey, I just backed up the feed to see if there was static, and there was not. It's all in your head. Okay, so we got static coming through the board then. But one person did say that they get static. You think that just might be them? Oh, look, I'm not going to lie. I would start a website. If somebody gave me $25 million to start a website, I would, and I would hire investigative reporters for Michiana. Why? Because there aren't any. Does Clifton French still work for ABC?
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about him in a long time. Did he bounce? That's what happens when you get noticed. I mean, he might still be there. I got to look, but...
So you're playing sabotage after I did a segment about the Democrats using fake newspapers to fool people in swing states. That sounds appropriate. Thank you, Tim Joe. 574-2595, 95.3. That is 2595953. We'll talk about it after I tell everybody about Z-Bar. All right, here's the deal. We all know the not racist holiday. Black Friday is coming up. Okay, that is coming up this week. Joy Behar can say all she wants, but it is perfectly appropriate for you to go out and shop on Black Friday. Z-Bar to South Bend has a Black Friday flyer in the South Bend Tribune for another year of unbelievable deals. I actually have the prices in front of me, and they are awesome, okay? I am not allowed to tell you. They have been embargoed in the biz. That's what we call, we're not allowed to tell you something that we know. But tomorrow after 5 o'clock, I can tell you. I just can't tell you now. So you've got to look for the Black Friday flyer in the South Bend Tribune. And again, if you are buying for yourself, nothing wrong with that. But if you're giving the gift of Z-Bar to South Bend to somebody, you can go ahead and get a gift card. They can be purchased for either the dollar value or for a specific service. That is your choice. You can choose from Z-Gloss, Rhino lining, detailing, window tinting, remote starts, truck accessories, and more. And let's not forget that Z-Bar to South Bend is your truck headquarters in Michiana. So let's see, what do we have here? So the Black Friday sale, they will be open on Black Friday, okay, from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m., all right? They are only selling the gift cards and services. They're not doing any work on Black Friday. So from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m., you can go into Z-Bar to South Bend and take advantage of the Black Friday deal, okay? And then at any point after that, whomever you give the gift card to, they will be able to come in and get the service scheduled for their vehicle. The deals will not be available until Black Friday, and they will not be available after noon on Black Friday. Do not try this over the phone. You don't get to call and do it. You got to get out of bed, put some clothes on, okay? Going out in your PJs on Black Friday is a bad look for everybody. So get your clothes on, go over to Z-Bar to South Bend for their Black Friday deals, and look for that flyer in the South Bend Tribune. Tomorrow after 5, I might tell you some of the deals. Maybe I will make it for the live stream only. Maybe. All right, 574-2595-95.3. That is 2595953. What were we talking about when we came back here and I felt like I needed to tell people more about it? What was that? Was it the Tim Joe thing or was it something else?
Yes.
Oh, how long have you been with me?
Over a year now.
Has it really been that long?
Yes.
People still call him Tim.
Yeah.
and still call him Tim.
We get callers on a regular basis.
On a regular basis, yes.
Who call me Tim. It's like the same 3 people.
I think we had somebody donate to St. Margaret's House in honor of Tim.
Which is fine.
The producer. I mean, it was a great donation, don't get me wrong, but yeah.
But like, my name's Joe.
Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. That is what I'm going by.
Right. So Communist Joe is now Tim Joe. So, or TJ. We'll call you TJ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You are TJ now. All right. 574-2595-95-3. That is 2595-953. We will talk about Trump being heading up a cult in the 5 o'clock hour. We will talk about that, so don't worry. That is coming. I would like to remind everybody of a headline, okay? And how long do I have? Not enough to play that audio. You know what? Can you cue up the Elizabeth Warren audio for me in just a second? Okay, that is. Do you know which one that is? Can you see it? I don't know how I titled it. Okay, so cue up the Elizabeth Warren audio because that's really short. So I want to read you a headline here. Now, this was from the Washington Post, okay? And this was January 20th, 2017, all right, at 12:19 p.m. Do you know when President Trump became president? January 20th, 2017, at 12 p.m. So the Washington Post headline, 19 minutes after Trump was president, the campaign to impeach President Trump has begun. 19 minutes. Now, Elizabeth Warren keeps getting caught lying. You have the audio? Ready to go? Cue it up. Go.
You might be your kids because I read that your children went to private school.
My children went to public school.
But you might be your kids because I read that your children went to private school.
My children went to public school.
Okay, this is a lady talking to Elizabeth Warren. I had read somewhere that your kids went to private school. And Elizabeth Warren interrupts and says, my kids went to public school. Joe, why might I be talking about that right about now? Because, well, okay, her daughter did. Her son did not. Her son was in private school almost the entirety of his school career. So now Elizabeth Warren's campaign has had to issue a clarification that, in fact, her kids, at least one kid, went to private school. But that's an intentional misleading of somebody that you're face-to-face with at an event, trying to ask you about your education policy and trying to say that some of the stuff in your education policy doesn't make a lot of sense. It's a little Chewbacca. And so she lies and says, my kids went to public school, but they didn't. Got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
WTR.
I played it on this computer, so I got turned up still.
Oh, is that why? Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo. Uh-oh. Frozen burgers.
What?
I got frozen burgers.
Okay.
So I can't see anything. Timmy.
The Mac. The Mac.
Yeah, I don't know if Fort Wayne uses salt or not. A what Genesis?
Generally, pressure drop of about 20 to 30 millibars in a 12-hour period of time. So it's just a very rapid deepening of a low pressure system. National Weather Service meteorologist.
Okay. Yeah.
1 to 4 feet of snow with snow elevation dropping to 1,500 feet.
Kami Toe. Happy. See, Happy gets an iPhone and now calls you Kami Toe. Told you, iPhone's evil, man. Tulsi was on Rogan again, huh? Okay, now, to be fair, if I'm Rogan and I'm thirsty, I'm having Tulsi on a regular basis, too. No, I know he loves his wife, but just throwing it out there. Boy, that didn't sound like he said subpoenas, did it? Oh.
Thanks, Daniel. Spell my name with an E at the end.
That's a jaw, man.
That's Ben.
Damn, Happy. Good Lord. This is what getting an iPhone does to you. It turns you into that. Okay? Don't be like Happy. Get an Android. You realize I still haven't played Modern Warfare?
And you downloaded it when you got that computer?
I've downloaded it. I've got it updated. I log in to update it, and every time I go to play it, I get yanked away and I can't play the damn thing.
Sucks. It's a really good game.
And I'll bet that I am the bad guy if on Thanksgiving I go down into the basement and I play it all day. I'll bet I'm the bad guy if I do that. Look at Dana, got her hair up and everything. No big surprise. Man with no name from Network with no name, still indoors. What?
Senior Tommy McNamara
Look how happy she is. Damn it. Come on. Tell me I'm wrong. What is the channel?
What are you trying to do?
Change it.
To what?
To real stuff. Jesus. Are you kidding me? What is the cable channel for 22? What is it? Because I'm not watching this crap anymore. Damn. I mean, what the hell, man? Come on. I wish I could tell you guys what was happening, but I can't. But Dana Perino looks on fire today. And Greg Gutfeld doesn't.
Winter is the worst for your vehicle. You're warm and toasty and driving down the road.
I'm not saying anything, Tracy. Not saying anything.
Ice blocks your wheel well. Don't make winter any worse.
I will acknowledge that Dana Perino is on point today. She looks, as always, stunning. The woman does not age.
Mishawaka off Edison Road. Open 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. 7 days a week.
Oh,
and this
man.
holiday season is a perfect time to
Is Hillary Clinton in the studio? What's with the throat clearing? I can't tell you.
enough for you to have some for yourself and all those people on your list. Visit one of their locations or go to parkwoodautospot.com to purchase yours today and get your shopping done. And while you're there, download the new app with new and exciting things coming.
Need a mop bucket.
Car happy and clean this holiday season with Parkwood Auto Spa.
Although my 3-year-old did throw up this morning.
Their locations in South Bend and Mishawaka.
She's been sick.
Stay in your car.
Not Sam, stop it. Stop it. Dana Perino is on Fox. She looks fantastic. She's on the 5. If you've never heard of it, it's this show that's on Fox News. This guy, Greg Gutfeld, Juan Williams. I don't know who this brunette is that's been with them. I don't know her name. And then Jesse Waters, too. They got Jesse Waters.
Mortgage you've always wanted. The rate today on our 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 3.99%. APR 4.18%.
But right? I mean, come on.
While we can't
Yeah.
predict what will happen in the future, we do know
Yes. Thank you, Comet. Perino is stunning.
Call us today at 800.
We have disagreed a lot over the past couple of years, but I always respected her, and I admire looking at her greatly, because Dana Perino is fantastic. But there's just no excuse for what just happened. There just isn't. Okay, here we go. Joe, will you please cue the montage and the other piece?
Those are set up right now.
What's the other one called again?
I don't know. Let me look. I have to look.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number, 574-2595-95.3. I feel like I'm in a mood today. Am I in a mood? A little bit of a mood, Joe says. Live stream seems to agree with him. Although if you want to watch the live stream, you can join us on youtube.com/Casey the host until it is taken down this afternoon. And you can go to twitch.tv/Casey the host. They are 100% now, I think, for like the past week and a half. And I didn't obviously live stream during the radiothon, but I think pretty much they took down every video over the past 2 weeks. I think that's where we're at. I did have, I guess I should do the Twitter announcement thing. You should. Okay. I'll do that. So anyway, I had on the YouTube thing, I did have my digital manager come in, and she said that she thinks I'm getting dinged on YouTube and that they're taking my videos down because of Australian copyright law, which I thought was interesting. Maybe, possibly England. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do the montage first, and then we're going to do the other one, okay? So, sorry. We have to communicate the old way by actually talking to each other now because the main computer is down, so I can't control anything on my end anymore. That should be fixed next week, though. So anyway, the Twitter thing. While she was in here, she came in and she goes, so you're not on Twitter anymore? And I go, no. And she's like, was that your choice or was it theirs? I said, theirs. I got banned. She goes, okay, when is your ban lifted? I said, never. She goes, what? I was like, it's a permanent ban. And I said, why? She says, because. Are you ready for this? This is where things get interesting. And for those who've been listeners for a long time, you will understand my frustration on this particular topic. She goes, because we are submitting everybody to get verified on Twitter, which we all know I qualified for, but never was able to get. And she tried telling me some of the stuff that they hear, like, it's a little bit difficult for public figures and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but I sent them a bunch of television clips and newspaper articles about me and, that sort of stuff. So it didn't seem to make a lot of sense that they wouldn't put me up there, considering they have verified a dog before, and they verified some girl who had one arm and a Twitter, or it's not Twitter, but a Tinder profile. Remember that? She never asked them. It just happened because somebody put her in a blog post somewhere and everybody's like, whoa, she's really cute and she has one arm. Yeah. Turns out that people who have lost limbs can still be attractive. Newsflash. So anyway, I don't know why that's news, but she didn't either. She took it all in stride, though. She was a champ about it. But what? You got the buzzing back? Only one person said they heard the buzzing, so we're probably insane. There it is right now. I can hear it right now. In my earphone, right now. It's buzzing. Buzz. See? It's there. Only when I talk. But everybody else says it's in our head, so it's probably just on our end. But anyway, so I said, do you want me to create another profile for Twitter? And she said yes. So my company would like me to be back on Twitter, which I was surprised about, considering how much trouble I've gotten them in on Twitter. So I will likely be creating a new profile on Twitter. And now my digital manager is super curious if they will approve my profile on Twitter. And or if I will be excluded where everybody else gets verified. So now the company itself is very interested in the biases that is happening with Twitter. But there are ways to get verified on Twitter that, like, if you have like agents and promotional people and companies and things like that behind you, it's easier. There's deals that are involved that can get you, verified on Twitter. And if you're doing it on your own, Twitter just kind of does one of these things and they flip you off and they go about their way. So when I announce it, I am going to need every one of you who has a Twitter profile. I'm not going to ask anybody to get on Twitter, okay? If you're already on Twitter, when I announce, I'm going to need all of you to rush to my Twitter and follow me, because I have none of my followers anymore. I will literally be starting over from zero, and I'm desperately going to need your help, because that will help with the verification process. If they see that I have 0 followers, they're probably not going to approve me for verification. Now, they didn't approve me when I had 20,000 followers either, but go figure. So when that happens after the holiday, when that happens next week, I am just preparing you to be able to do that. I'll tell you what the Twitter handle is. It's not going to be the old one. I can't use that one anymore. So be prepared for that. I will need your help desperately for that, okay? Would you do me a favor, since we just played 19 minutes after Trump became president, 19 minutes, the Washington Post already ran a headline that impeachment had started. Now, I'm going to play you a montage of all of the times that the media has said that his presidency was over. Now, there's a couple of things about this montage. One, none of these sound bites are from 2019. 2019 is excluded. I've played this audio for you in the past before, okay? I'm just reminding everybody. And then I'm going to go into this cult thing. And this plays into it, all right? If you don't know what I mean by the cult thing, don't worry. I'll explain it here in a second. But I want you to go ahead and listen to this montage of all the times in 2017 and 2018 that they said Trump's presidency was over. Joe.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Today is a turning point. Today was historically bad for President Trump.
Today was a turning point.
A turning point.
We're at a turning point here.
The beginning of the end for the Trump presidency.
We have another bombshell.
Mike Pence might have to assume the office of the presidency.
Rumblings of the word impeachment.
Breaking news.
Another bombshell out of the White House.
I believe this is the beginning of the end.
I do too.
It's really the beginning of the end.
He may be feeling the walls closing in on him.
All the walls closing in on him.
The walls closing in on him.
Breaking news, a new bombshell.
One astrologer says this means the beginning of the end for President Donald Trump.
Trump will resign.
Trump is going to resign.
Is this the tipping point? I know we've said it over and over.
You think this is a tipping point?
And over and over.
This is a tipping point.
And over and over.
Breaking news, President Trump off the rails.
It was the beginning of the end today.
The beginning of the end.
Breaking news tonight, new bombshell.
This is the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
The walls are closing in.
The walls closing in.
The walls closing in.
Breaking overnight bombshell.
This is a very dramatic day, and I think it might be near a tipping point. Do you think this is a tipping point?
December 1st, 2017, you can mark it down. This is the day that everything changed.
The beginning of the end?
Beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
The beginning of the
We begin tonight with the bombshell.
Donald Trump is in a lot of trouble.
Trump is in trouble.
The president will resign.
Another hour, another bombshell.
This is a tipping point.
Trump's going down.
This president could be impeached.
Resignation. I don't think this president is going to serve out his term. Mr. Trump will not serve out his term. He will not serve out his term. No way. No how. Breaking news.
Absolute bombshell.
Donald Trump is not. He's done. And it's over.
It's over.
The walls closing in.
The walls closing in. This is going to be the Achilles heel.
Breaking news tonight. I expect Trump to depart.
This week will be the watershed week. Trump is in big trouble.
Trump's in a lot of trouble.
It's a sign of a terrified old man who feels the
walls
Closing in.
The walls
are increasingly
Closing in on him.
tonight. The walls
are closing in.
today changed everything. This is the beginning
Of the end.
Today, the biggest
Tipping point for the Trump administration. What a historic day. The bombshells.
He's underwater. He feels
the walls closing in. Turning point.
we may be at a tipping point.
It's the beginning of
The end.
the beginning
Of the end.
Another bombshell.
bombshell. Bombshell.
Bombshell.
Bombshell.
Bombshell.
Bombshell.
This is a bombshell. It is.
Not one of those was from 2019. That was all from 2017 and 2018, and it didn't even get all of them, by the way. That was just a little montage of it. Joe, would you say that almost sounds cultish? Segue. We'll get to the cult stuff coming up on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Casey Hendrickson.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Your breaking news and weather station.
Impress? You should impress with Impress, Joe. They have things for every budget, man.
What about the budget that doesn't exist?
I'm sure they got like a vending machine somewhere. Ugh. Joe, it is 2019. You should be out there mortgaging your future to buy pieces of jewelry for your beloved people. Don't you know that? Okay. Stuff and things and stuff. Mm-hmm. So Alex brought up a good point. You might be able to reactivate your Twitter account within 30 days. I don't know if they're going to let me, though. Wouldn't it be interesting if I could... Okay, so remember, the issue with Twitter is they banned me. And then when I logged back in, they said all I had to do was delete the post and click that I accepted their terms, and then they would reactivate my account. I did that, and they never let me back into the account again. It would constantly cycle. So it would say, you have to delete the post and click that you accept the terms, which I would do, and then it would kick me right back. You have to delete the post and then accept the terms, and I would do it again. So it would never let me back into the account. What if the deactivation, which I was finally able to do, what if that fixes that problem? Maybe I should try it. Maybe I should try it. Well, if I put real Casey, the host, at the front of it, that is more definitive of being an authentic account. Okay, here's the other question. We already know I've had problems with Twitter. They have shadow banned me. They have taken thousands and thousands of followers from me. Every time I got to 15 to 20,000 followers, they took 7,000 from me. Every time. They've banned, they're suspended a couple of times. Would it be better to start over? That way they don't have that history to look at? There's a part of me that thinks it might be better to start over. Plus, if I run for mayor of Elkhart, I don't want them to be able to get my old Twitter posts. Because they'll use them against me.
Not that you won't.
Not that I am running for mayor of Elkhart. Although Alex did point out that I did not say that I was not running for governor. So, I mean, I could use real KCH.
Casey is a host.
Real Casey, the host, is available, Tracy said. That's what I'm wondering, Alex. I could do Casey Hendrickson. I could just do Casey
Radio. Casey Hendrickson, Casey on air, Casey radio host.
I wonder if I should just use like my name.
Casey show.
Because I'm also trying to get it to where it helps them get verified too. You know.
Casey Hendrickson is good. Middle, like, why not do that?
Real Casey Hendrickson, maybe.
Nah, Casey Hendrickson.
Just Casey Hendrickson.
It's available.
The Casey Hendrickson. I has so many questions. And for those of you who just joined us, the boy that was thrown from the balcony at the Mall of America, he is walking, and he is apparently walking perfectly. So he is recovering. Huh? I've been really toying with getting a new email address anyway because my old one is just inundated with garbage. So this might be an opportunity to go ahead and do that. So at Casey Hendrickson's available. I mean, it won't be after this because one of you is going to take it. But do.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I'm your host, Casey Hendrickson, and Joe says that montage sounded cultish. You know, you got 2017, 2018, if you got the members of the media all saying, there's that buzz again, members of the media all saying that Trump's presidency is over. Of course, quoting everything directly. So we'll talk about this cult thing here in just a second. But first, I've got to tell you about Impress Jewelry Creations. So Impress Jewelry Creations, now from now until the end of the year, off of almost the entire in-store collection, you can get up to 40% off. But they also have a Black Friday sale. So you obviously, if you're going to buy jewelry, you might as well get the best deal that you can possibly get, especially when you're talking about the quality that you get at Impress Jewelry Creations, which you don't get anywhere else. And they have their new line that they have launched, which is their signature pieces. Can't get those pieces anywhere else. They are truly unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. And if you're trying to buy something special, there's nothing wrong with getting a beautiful piece that's at one of those chain stores and they've, duplicated it 1,000 different ways and, given it to thousands of different people. So you might run into somebody wearing the exact same jewelry piece that you have, and that won't be awkward at all. Or you could go to Impress Jewelry Creations and get a unique piece that nobody else is ever going to have. And it's just, it just depends on how much you love the individual that you're buying for. Plus, you're going to get the best quality available. They are amazing. It's the best customer service I've ever experienced. And so go to ImpressJewelers.com, or you can visit Impress Jewelry Creations in Granger. They're right next door to Temper Grill and C. Kramer Interiors in University Plaza. So, all right, 574-2595, 95.3. Oh, tell Impress Jewelry Creations that I sent you to, please. It just it helps them evaluate their marketing is working with this show, which, of course, ensures that they continue to market on this show. All right, so go ahead and cue up the other audio. Okay, I want you to listen to Brian Stelter, okay, the human thumb on CNN. I want you to listen to what he had to say about Trump leading a cult.
The word cult has been popping up more and more. Think back to 2 weeks ago on this program, Anthony Scaramucci talked about his claim that Trump supporters are in a cult. Just last week, Dan Rather said he thinks support for Trump seems increasingly cultish. And this weekend in the Washington Post, Trump critic and Republican strategist John Weaver said the GOP is not a party anymore in the traditional sense, it's a cult. But none of them are mental health experts. Stephen Hassan is. He's out with a brand new book called The Cult of Trump. He has firsthand experience escaping the Unification Church back in the 70s, and he's decided to write this book because he believes there's something seriously wrong with our politics.
So I define a destructive cult as an authoritarian pyramid-structured group with someone at the top who claims to have total power and total wisdom that uses deception and control of behavior, information, thoughts, and emotions to make people loyal and dependent and obedient followers. So for me, the issue of between an ethical, healthy cult where you're free to think and free to leave versus a destructive cult, I'm referring to Trump's organization and followership as a destructive cult where people are being fed propaganda and they're not being encouraged to think for themselves. They're not being encouraged to really explore and look at the details and arrive at their own conclusion. Much of what they're hearing is emotionally driven, loaded words, thought-stopping and thought-terminating type cliches like fake news or build the wall or make America great again.
You say the president is using mind control, but how's that provable?
So we can start with the pathological lying, which is characteristic of destructive cult leaders.
Okay. So this dude's name is Stephen Hassan. And he's on Brian Stelter's program. Of course, Brian Stelter is one of the laughing stocks of news media because of how often he has been wrong and has refused to cover really big stories to protect his friends. So anyway, Stephen Hassan. Let's go over some of his points. I started looking up some cult stuff, even though a lot of this is common sense, right? So what do people in cults do? They get multiple people out there in the cult repeating the same talking point over and over and over and over again. This is the Goebbels model, right? Repeat a lie often enough, it becomes the truth. Hitler also said much the same thing. They were of one mind on this. So you get multiple people repeating a single talking point over and over again. And we just played you 2 of the 3 years of a montage of them in the news media repeating the same talking point over and over again. Completely wrong. And we just started the segment off. Well, I should say that Brian Stelter started the segment off with multiple people once again repeating a single talking point in a simplistic way. This is something that cults do. It's like bumper sticker slogans, right? He's a cult, 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 over and over and over and over again. And Brian Stelter's doing the lack of self-awareness here is absolutely staggering, okay? Staggering. Then you have the cult of personality, using mass media to create an idealized and heroic public image. Who does that? The political left. They use mass media to talk about how Republicans and conservatives are evil, they're racist, they're homophobes, they're sexist, they're transphobic, they hate children, they hate migrants, they're xenophobic, all sorts of things, right? And everybody on the left, they love human rights. They love everybody. They're for human beings. Everybody on the right is evil, right? So that's cult of personality. Then you have modern propagandists. Well, this is if you start looking up cult and propaganda, by the way, you'll start running into this in all of the papers on it. Modern propagandists, quote, hire popular personalities to promote their ideas. Who does that? Once again, the political left. They hire celebrities to go out there and tell you things that are their political ideas. And most of the time, those things, for example, guns and gun control, are not based in fact. Okay? They're actually emotional. And we'll get to that here in just a second. Then you have what he was claiming about Trump, authoritarian group who claims to have total wisdom. Again, you're describing the political left. They're very authoritarian. They claim to have the wisdom. Trump is a dolt. He's an idiot. He's a moron. Report today, Obama, after their 2016 meeting, says Trump doesn't know anything about anything. He also said, Stephen Hassan, in this segment, Trump uses deception and controls behavior, thoughts, and emotion. That's what Antifa and the social justice warriors and the political left in particular on campuses does. Okay? They deceive. Trump is a Russian agent. If you're a Democrat and you don't toe the party line enough, you're also a Russian agent. Talk to Tulsi Gabbard about that one. So that's deceptive. Trump has committed crimes. There is no evidence of that, but people believe it because it's deceptive. Controls behavior. Who controls behavior? The political left. You're not allowed to say, do, we just had Halloween, right? You can't dress up in costumes. You can't do that. You can't celebrate Thanksgiving because it's an oppressor's holiday, okay? They control thoughts and emotion. Who runs on emotion in the political sphere of the United States? The news media does. All of their newscasts play to your emotions because that's how they get ratings. And the political left, of course, is all about emotion, not logic. Then he also said this, destructive cult where people are fed propaganda, not encouraged to think for themselves. Who protests speakers at college campuses again? That's right, the political left. Much of what they are hearing is emotionally driven. Again, you hurt my feelings, therefore you're not allowed to say it. That's the political left. That's not the right. Not encouraged to look at details and come to their own conclusions. Again, that is the political left. Consistently, in particular, Antifa and college campuses. And then you have ad nauseum. Now, ad nauseum is where you use tireless repetition of an idea, especially using simple slogans like cult, 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 cult at the beginning of that very segment that Brian Stelter, the human thumb, went into. Ladies and gentlemen, I fear for Brian Stelter. He appears to be a part of a cult, and I think that was a cry for help. We have more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station.
MNC.
Walk away, Blexit, all of them about walking away from that cult. You're absolutely right, 100%. And that's the whole thing, you know. And he went into cults too. He's like, there's moral cults where you can leave, and then there's the immoral cults where you can't, the destructive cults. And if you try to walk away from liberalism, you are attacked, even if you just have some slight criticism. Again, look at Tulsi Gabbard. Look at Zell Miller. Okay, Joe Lieberman. Look at even Michelle Obama when she said that George W. Bush is her friend. God forbid. God forbid. Okay, so Sam, is her name Emily? I don't know who that girl is who's been guesting on the 5. I have no idea who she is.
It happened late Sunday night when a resident heard several booming sounds and went outside to find his next-door neighbor's house up in flames. The neighbor tells ABC 57 News his Ring doorbell picked up some kind of movement before the incident, and it alerted him on his phone. Unfortunately, even with the video, there's no suspect description or information available. This is the 8th fire with a similar description in the same neighborhood over the past 2 months. The case remains under investigation. It's 95.3 in the scenes. Darren Wright.
Damn it.
What you doing?
I just tried to drink my coffee and it hit my microphone. This damn microphone's in the way. Everything is like off kilter. Everything's supposed to be over here. And it's all over here and down there, and it's, I don't know, it's weird. I'm not done with Stelter yet. Not done with him yet.
President Trump announcing a holiday-themed clemency case at the White House earlier today. I hereby grant you a full and complete pardon. President pardoning the turkey named Butter.
Yeah, Ellen also. Yeah, she sat at the baseball game. She was attacked too. God forbid. Take care, Tracy. Good luck at Scouts. Yeah, forgot about the Ellen thing. Burp.
Your home comfort experts, heating specialists, first warning forecast. Rainy and breezy tonight. Temperatures stay above 50. They'll fall from 50 Wednesday morning into the upper 30s by Wednesday afternoon. And Wednesday is a windy day. Gusts topping 50 miles per hour, the strongest wind around noon. In the ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs. News powered by Temper Grill. Make plans this week to experience the
Oh, I did ask you earlier, did the notifications of new followers work on the live stream? We got a bunch of them today. What's up, Lumberjacks?
Michiana family interest.
Oh, crap. That's right. He's got a new thing. He asked me to do 2 of them today. I forgot to mention that to you.
No, I've only seen that one.
No, and the one from yesterday was supposed to go, but it wasn't prepared yet. Yeah. So it wasn't ready yet, so he got it to me here.
No hassle, no guessing. Come to Temper Grill. Laugh out loud because life is too short and the food's too good to be anything else.
And this is pretty cool because I'm giving away $100. Yo. Oh, that driver in the 3 semi crashes died. That sucks. Right here at the holidays, too.
10th record close for November. S&P 500 up 7. Shares of Chipotle closing up nearly 4% after Cowen upgraded the burrito chain and hiked its price target to $970 a share from $800. Cowen named Chipotle as one of its best ideas for 2020 based on strong sales growth.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Dirt. Dirt. Like, I've never seen them on the lower third give her name. I know that they do. But Sam says it's Emily.
This free trial is only a week long, which is probably why Mandalorian releases episodes weekly.
So you only watch one episode.
Do you want to learn to speak a new language but don't have enough time? Then you need to try
Which makes sense. That way they have to pull you in.
Word.
Watch the whole series.
Because you'll be like, Baby Yoda, what the hell? And then you have to watch it. I really don't get to listen to much radio, so I don't get to listen to Ground Zero all that much. It does come on occasionally when I'm out and about and I'll listen to it. I'm familiar with the show, but I don't get to listen to it all that much, no.
In the midst of all the joy and celebration this season, there are so many who aren't celebrating because they don't have jobs. It can be hard to reach out to someone at times.
Oh, Daniel found the Emily.
Simply by donating clothing and household items to Goodwill. As you say goodbye to this year, do something great. Decide to start the new year brighter by sorting through your things, bagging them up, and visiting one of Goodwill's convenient drive-through donation centers. You'll get a tag.
I suppose I could stop being lazy and actually look up who the hell she is, right? The 5 Emily Campagno. Emily Campagno. That is her, Emily Campagno. Former cheerleader. I like how they put former cheerleader, legal analyst, and sports reporter. Do you think you got your priorities on who she is a little askewed there? This place called earnthenecklace.com. Whatever the hell that is. I don't know. There's lots of pictures of fashion and stuff. But she's a lawyer, she's a sports reporter, a legal analyst. But let's put her history as a cheerleader first.
Chronological orders.
My God.
Whether you're restoring a 100-year-old farmhouse, creating your ultimate living space,
Emily Campagno. All right, so she.
online at ravercustomermodeling.com.
She's on Twitter.
From the Final Phase Electric Studios.
Instagram. All right, here we go.
Erickson.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I am your host, Casey Hendrickson. Phone number 574-2595-95.3. That is 2595-953. You can also send a text message to 45364. Please put MNC at the beginning of that message. All right. I'm going to give you an opportunity. Let me just, first of all, ask you a question. If I were to tell you that you could save, I don't know, $100 on your house payment, would you be interested? Because I might be able to help you with that. So here's the deal. Most people do not make the phone call to save, maybe it's $10, $25, $50, maybe even $100 to save on their mortgage payment. But Michiana Family Insurance is making that easy for homeowners. Now, most of the time, we pay into an escrow account to cover insurance premiums. We don't even ask if we can do better. It's something that's done at the time that you buy your home, right? And then you just roll it in there. So you're not making the payment. It's just a part of your payment. How much am I going to pay for this house? Now, recently, when I was going through the process of buying a house, we ended up getting several different quotes, and it is staggering the hundreds of dollars per year difference in those insurance quotes. Staggering. But again, most people just roll it into escrow and they don't think about it. They just have their house payment and that's it. Michiana Family Insurance can update you with current pricing in your neighborhood. Then, if you like the price, they can help move your insurance for you. That's right. They'll actually make it easy. They'll just do it for you. You don't have to worry about it. It's very easy. You can save money on your house payment every single month. Plus, they will cancel your current insurance policies for you, and they will notify your auto finance and mortgage companies for you as well. No awkward phone calls, no explanations, no hard sells, no getting transferred to the retention department where they try to bully you into staying. Nothing like that. They will even bill your bank for your homeowner's insurance for you and not you. And of course, they will provide you with proof of all of your cancellations. So here's what listeners can do. All right. Write this down. Go to 953mnc.com. And I want you to enter to win $100 cash from me. That's right. If you go to 953mnc.com, you'll see the big old graphic with my ugly mug on there, and you can have a chance at winning $100. It's a cash card from yours truly for home improvement, or you can use it for holiday shopping, whatever you want. It is yours to win right now, no strings attached. Tell them again how easy it can be to save money, and this is an amazing opportunity for you. So you have an option to save money on your mortgage. You can maybe save money on your auto insurance, and you can win $100 just by going to 953mnc.com. And of course, if you're interested in other insurance quotes, maybe for your company and things like that, go to MichianaFamilyInsurance.com. Let them know that I sent you. All right, 574-2595, 95.3. That is 2595953. I'm not done with Brian Stelter yet. The human thumb has one more thing that he did that makes me think he's in a cult. We'll talk about that coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
Casey Hendrickson.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.
I could be in Star Wars as a droid.
You're huge. Well, you're specifically an astromech droid. You're too tall.
They have tall droids.
I said astromech droid.
I wonder if 57 puts their newscast on the internet. I don't know if they do. I don't think so, Sam. I don't think it's that kind of necklace. I get the best deals in the retention department. Love those people. Who is... Woo, damn. Oh, all right. Check out this pitch. You ready? Hey, Casey, just seeing if you had a chance to check out my ultimate guide to butterflies. Love to know what you think.
Butterflies.
Now let's look at their original email. I thought I'd pop over an email after visiting your site, and then they include the 95.3 MNC news article, which included Olive Garden breadstick sandwiches. So they emailed me. Please forgive my oh-so-shameless plug, but I thought you might appreciate an article that I wrote recently after building a wonderful butterfly garden with my son. I recently blogged a massive 3,000-word guide on how we could stop their numbers declining. That sounds like something I want to read. Hopefully, it generates a bit of awareness and teaches people how to help if they fly into your garden. Feel free to check it out at my website, which is in the UK. If you think it's useful, please do link to it from your site. 76% of our butterfly species have declined over the past 40 years, probably because they've been reading 3,000-word articles and dying of boredom. So anything that helps spread the word about protecting these little chaps. It chaps my ass when people say chaps.
Does it chappy, Casey?
It does. It chaps me. We massively appreciate it. In return, I will happily share your article about me to my 10,000 plus followers on social media. This is why I need an intern. Because this is 98% of the crap I get in my email. Okay, 97. 1%'s work crap. Hey, you missed another meeting, Casey. Why don't you love us? Then 1% is hate mail, and 1% is, I love you so much. Please, can you come to my house for dinner? Which I get a lot of those. Tons of those. Not that I'm not appreciative. I just assume you're a stalker. So. P.S. If I'm way off base here, just reply with unsubscribe and I won't bother you again. No hard feelings. It's like Pete Buttigieg saying we gave them an opportunity to opt out of our Douglas plan, but they didn't. So we said they endorsed it, even though they didn't. Because they didn't opt out when we opted them in, without asking. Thanks, Rachel. You sure your name isn't Karen? Huh? Maybe that should be my response. You sure your name isn't Karen?
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. Oh my God, the crap that I get. Here's another one. Now scheduling keynote speaker, storytelling coach, and author of 3 books, Paul Smith, by phone from the suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio. That is literally how the email starts.
This sounds so entertaining. I'm so interested.
Isn't it not awful? This is what I get in my email. But this is what I've been reading emails that I actually get from people on the live stream. These are real emails, okay? And people wonder why I don't respond to their email. I don't see it. First of all, I get between my 2 email accounts that are associated with this show, not including my business email accounts, I get 700. It's actually declined because I did actually go to work on my spam filters. It's declined from about 1,100 a day to about 700 to 900 a day. And they're all the crap that I just read. Okay, it's awful. Anyway, I'm not done with the human thumb, Brian Stelter. So Brian Stelter, I think, is in a cult, even though he keeps telling everybody that Trump is leading a cult. Hey, Joe, do you know what else cults do? Well, yes, they some kill people. Yes, there's that. But a lot of cults, what they will do is they will have doctrine that is outside of normal mainstream accepted doctrine, but it is based on the normal mainstream doctrine, but it's fringe, right? Like religious cults will say stuff that's in the Bible, but then they'll twist it into something else. So you know what Brian Stelter did to assure us that he is in fact in a cult? He put out a list on how to be a loyal Republican with points on how to be a good Republican, which sounds an awful lot like one of those doctrinal lists. This guy is so tone deaf and lacks self-awareness. Like I said, it's not funny, but I think he's crying for help. I think he's like, I'm stuck here at CNN. It is a cult. I don't know how to get out. Please, for the love of God, somebody save me. We got one more day together before the holidays. But Casey the Host, twitch.tv/Casey the Host, since this video is going to be deleted anyway. And you can also follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Casey the Host. It's now time. Well, no, wait. I almost went early. Again. See? I almost did it. Still got to get used to this O'Reilly thing. But we'll be able to go ahead and do that. Here is now Bill O'Reilly with the O'Reilly Update.
Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, November 20th.
This clock is getting further and further off. So I can tell you're about 5 seconds difference. Is about 3. Brian Stelter.
Bloomberg's media operation says it will not investigate the billionaire or any Democrat, but will probe President. Wall Street continues to get recognized. Teams in Germany pull off the biggest dual license in history.
Okay, I'm going to close that out. Going to sign out of this. Signs out. Ow! Holy crap, my right knee just popped something awful.
Been there.
Woo! Shizzo. All right. Excuse me. I am not ashamed to be burping on you guys right now. Okay, so real quick, super fast poll. Should I bring my 7-year-old to work with me tomorrow? If my boss approves it, of course. Should I bring my 7-year-old Bree to work with me tomorrow? Which, of course, she'll show up on camera. Okay, she'll make some highs and all that stuff. basically going to sit her over there and make her watch, mind-numbing, horrible YouTube videos. But she's really not into it, dude. She only watches one of those movies every now and then she's on to something else.
Show her Hannah Montana.
I thought about doing one of those live action ones. I thought about doing that on Disney. I don't know if she'd accept it, but I thought about it.
Zack and Cody's on there. Replacements is on there. The Marvel Avengers cartoons are on there.
Well, they have that.
Only one of them's good though.
What's that one with the kids of the evil Disenchanted or something like that?
Yeah. Or whatever. Descendants.
There we go.
Descendants.
Let's see.
That's a movie though.
Don't let her read the chats. No, she wouldn't read the chats. Thank you, Sam. Do appreciate it. Yeah, I would not let her read the chats. No, wouldn't do that. All right, I'll chat with the boss, see what he says. Dooby dooby doo. Do. Jay-Z might hire her and fire you as long as she'll behave, sure.
She's pulling more followers online.
Dude, I have to do this. Now that I have the setup, because I moved my PlayStation downstairs now.
Yeah.
When my mom leaves and we can go down there and actually play, I'm going to have her streaming her gameplay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to control the chat and everything while she's playing. She is so friggin' entertaining when she is playing. She is so animated. Because I'm a quiet person normally. She just goes. So she's just one of those personalities that I think would do really well in that genre. Did I tell you that she was in a store earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, and somebody's like, I watch your YouTube. Did I tell you that?
What?
Yeah, she got fan recognized. And she hadn't uploaded a video in months.
Weird.
Isn't it? Isn't that weird? My wife was like, it was kind of strange. It was cute, but it was strange that this little kid was like, I watch your YouTube channel. Isn't that neat? So she's got fans out there, man. All right. Well, kid's going to college tomorrow. Thank you, Lumberjacks. 4-month sub anniversary. Do you have any VIP sub badges? I don't know.
No, he doesn't.
I don't.
He has the normal, I think he has 2 sub badges on there right now that are normal sub, but he doesn't have anything else.
So when you subscribe for 4 months in a row, you can get a special badge?
You can have
I really have to learn this.
So you can do a 6-month badge, a year badge, a year and a half, 2 year, and every year and a half.
But I can't do 4 months. It has to be 6 months. You got 2 months to go, man.
It'll be like a 1-month subscriber badge.
Okay.
And then it'll turn
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. But okay, I really do have to look at this.
Just take their logo and then they'll change the color scheme on it.
Okay. I really do have to work on this though. And Tracy has harassed me about it enough. I really do have to do it.
Because right now I think you just have I don't think you have one.
I just have the Buddha Judge special thing.
Those are emotes.
Oh, okay.
Badges are the thing that go next to your name when you're in chat. So yours has the moderators have a sword.
Yeah.
And then Twitch Prime.
But I can change that, right?
You can change yours for what your channel badge is on your channel.
Okay. So when they get to the 6-month mark, they'll be able to
they'll have a 1-month badge and be like, yes, I'm a subscriber, but I've only been here a little bit. And then you can do it again.
But I can change the 1-month badge and everything. Okay. All right. So harass me about it because I really do have to do it.
So what a lot of people do is they take their channel logo that they have and they'll just change the color scheme.
Okay. All right.
So their 1-month badge is black and white, and then it's silver, gold. They'll use rainbows, camo, pizza symbol.
Okay.
Random shit.
Okay. I'll work on it because you all deserve it, to be perfectly honest with you, especially people who subscribe for so long like you have. So I will totally work on it. And I do want, at some point, I don't know if I want to do it at the end of the year or maybe if I want to, because everybody's going to be busy anyway with the holiday crap. So maybe in January, what I will do for the subscribers only is do like a nice giveaway for subscribers on Twitch, because they actually invest money. It's so I would like to give subscribers something. I do tell them to subscribe because it allows me to do this and then do giveaways, which is true. And I haven't done a Twitch giveaway yet.
Are you doing overnight tomorrow?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, it's technically the end of the week, so cool. All right, Lumberjacks, I'll look into it, and I will do better on how I organize the Twitch channel. That's like my resolution for next year, is to do better on that. Now, for those of you asking about the Just the Tip podcast, so I've got the green screen and everything for downstairs, and I've got my setup and everything for downstairs. The only issue is I would like a USB microphone, because right now I have a mixer, which is fine for at home, but I want to be able to bring something with me and do something on the go, especially with what they're doing with that upstairs studio. So I'm going to have to get I don't have to, but I want to get a USB microphone so I can have an easy go of it as well on the road. But I also, the downstairs space, my mom has been with us for a couple of months, and that's where she is. She's downstairs in the basement, so I haven't been able to go down there and really do anything. So I haven't been able to
You
do.
need to make a new intro again, because
My Just the Tip intro is friggin' awesome.
right, but you didn't strike your voice, didn't you?
I did, didn't I?
Yep.
I'll send Stephanie a message and see what she thinks. That's a good point.
Yes, it's a really good intro, and I agree.
It's flawless. He did perfect.
Because he was really good at it.
Okay, I'll ask.
Striker is the one who voiced it.
That's right. I forgot. I was just thinking of all of the times that I mashed up Just the Tip from Archer, but I forgot that he did the intro for it. Because I have to get somebody else, and I have somebody to do it, but I have to get them the script to do my commercials for Fake News Flash, because I can't air Fake News Flash. Because he did that. I have a guy that can do it, and then if he doesn't end up working out, I have other people. So I have people to do it. I just have to get them the script. So, and then I think that what I'm leaning towards is the Fake News Flash is going to be a little bit more. I'm going to do the radio segment, obviously, but on like YouTube, I'm not just going to put the radio segment on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and do a Fake News Flash on YouTube, and it'll on the Fake News Flash page. So it'll be different than just uploading the podcast. That's what I'm thinking. I've got some ideas. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do a Fake News Flash podcast to make it available for premium subscribers to my podcast. We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Yeah, Twitch is so much better than YouTube. I 100% agree with you. But most of my people are on YouTube. You gotta understand, I'm in a format where most people don't follow you on social media. So very little of my audience goes onto social media and does this. Whereas a gamer, all of their audience is on social media. So that's the point. Right, where I have 1 to 2% that interact with me on social media versus my much bigger audience than most of them have. So like the Kelly chick who was being trolly last week, she's like, this other guy, you should debate him. I'm like, I've never heard of this dude. Well, he has 6,000 people who watch his videos. Okay. I have tens of thousands of people who listen to me every minute. But she's of the mind, because he's on streaming, that he has more followers, when in fact my audience is just different. So it's just a different medium. All right, cool. All right, folks, I'm going to bounce out of here. I have to go do some shopping and piss some people off and discuss with my boss if I can bring my daughter to work for daddy-daughter work day tomorrow. Oh, I should probably get her some, what's that, starts with a Z, that allergy medication. Zyrtec, because that'll probably knock her out. And then I can stick her in the corner. Oh, wait, we've got the cooler back. I can shove her in the cooler. That'll work. All right, cool. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. Be safe. And if I don't see you,